Chandigarh State, and Dr. Prince Dan Ambachi, our international guest and president of African Global Development for Positive Change Initiative, Nigeria. I think he has also joined. Dr. D. Sanjeeva Rao, yeah, I could see he also joined. Dr. Ajay Tiwari from Jabalpur, he is also here. Bablesh Sharma ji and Dr. Meenu Jain ji and Sonesh Punia ji. So I hereby welcome all of you, and without any delay, we all want to hear from yesterday. We have been watching Dr. Manoj Dhakar ji very actively taking all the sessions, listening to all the sessions, and now we all want to hear Dr. Manoj Dhakar ji. I welcome Dr. Manoj Dhakar ji. Sir, welcome.
आप सभी को मेरा नमस्कार। मैं डॉक्टर मनोज धाकड़ इस 2 दिवसीय ऑनलाइन संगोष्ठी में उपस्थित मेरे स्वदेशी एवं विदेशी मेहमानों का और वक्ताओं का गुना की इस पावन धरा से हार्दिक स्वागत, वंदन और अभिनंदन करता हूं। आप सभी का स्वागत, वंदन, अभिनंदन। जैसा कि हम जानते हैं, पर्यटन एक ऐसा क्षेत्र है जो न केवल अर्थव्यवस्था को मजबूत बनाता है, बल्कि हमारी सांस्कृतिक, पर्यावरण और हमारे समाज को भी प्रभावित करता है। इसलिए ये आवश्यक है कि हम पर्यटन को एक स्थायी और जिम्मेदार तरीके से विकसित करें। इस ऑनलाइन अंतर्राष्ट्रीय संगोष्ठी में हमारा लक्ष्य है कि हम एक दूसरे से सीखें और विचारों को साझा करें, एक स्थायी भविष्य के लिए मिलकर काम करें। इस सम्मेलन में हमारे वक्ता और पैनलिस्ट आपको पर्यटन, अर्थव्यवस्था और पर्यावरण स्थिरता के विभिन्न पहलुओं पर अपने विचार और अनुभव साझा करेंगे। आज हम दुनिया भर के विशेषज्ञों और विचारकों, विद्वानों के साथ वर्चुअली एकत्रित हुए हैं ताकि हम पर्यटन, अर्थव्यवस्था और पर्यावरण स्थिरता के महत्वपूर्ण विषयों पर चर्चा कर सकें। हमारी भारतीय संस्कृति की विशेषता रही है कि कोई भी कार्य को प्रारंभ करने से पहले हम हमारे अतिथियों का स्वागत करते हैं। इसी स्वागत की बेला को और परंपरा को आगे बढ़ाते हुए मैं आज के हमारे सेशन के मुख्य वक्ताओं के स्वागत के लिए उपस्थित हूं। आज हमारे बीच में जो वक्ता रहेंगे उनमें सबसे पहले SBRM गवर्नमेंट कॉलेज नागौर, राजस्थान से डॉक्टर अभिलाषा मैडम का मैं स्वागत करता हूं। आगे डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ होटल मैनेजमेंट एंड टूरिज्म, द ऑक्सफोर्ड कॉलेज, बेंगलुरु, कर्नाटक से डॉक्टर M देवेंद्र सर का भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं। इसी क्रम में अगले वक्ता हमारे जो हैं डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ टूरिज्म, चंडीगढ़ विश्वविद्यालय से डॉक्टर त्रिलोचन कुमार सर का भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं। प्रेसिडेंट अफ्रीकन ग्लोबल डेवलपमेंट फॉर पॉजिटिव चेंज इनिशिएटिव, नाइजीरिया से हमारे सर डॉक्टर प्रिंस डैन एम्बेसी सर का भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं। और आज के कीनोट स्पीकर जो कि हमारे जिस धरा से हम आपके साथ जुड़ रहे हैं वहीं से हैं हमारे कुल सचिव, क्रांतिवीर तात्या टोपे विश्वविद्यालय के कुल सचिव वर्तमान में नियुक्त डॉक्टर ललित कुमार नामदेव सर का भी मैं स्वागत करता हूं। अगले स्पीकर हैं हमारे डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ह्यूमैनिटी एंड कॉमर्स, विवेकानंद कॉलेज, सिकंदराबाद, तेलंगाना से डॉक्टर डी संजीवा राव सर का मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ ज्योग्राफी, गवर्नमेंट MKB कॉलेज, जबलपुर से डॉक्टर अजय तिवारी सर का मैं स्वागत करता हूँ। और एक बार पुनः आप सभी प्रतिभागियों और वक्ताओं का स्वागत करता हूं और आशा करता हूं कि आप इस संगोष्ठी का पूरा लाभ उठाएंगे और हम लोग इस उद्देश्य से इस संगोष्ठी में एकत्रित हुए हैं उसका भरपूर आनंद लेंगे। जय हिंद, जय भारत, धन्यवाद।
अत्यंत ही प्रेरक स्वागत भाषण डॉक्टर मनोज धाकड़ जी का, और मनोज धाकड़ जी के बाद में मनोज जी भाई साहब सर ने परिचय करवा दिया है डॉक्टर अभिलाषा चौधरी जी का। हमारी अगली वक्ता जो कि नागौर, राजस्थान से है। आप बॉटनी में प्रोफेसर हैं नागौर के SBRM कॉलेज से। सो आज का जो हमारा विषय है इस पे एक वैज्ञानिक पक्ष पे भी कहीं ना कहीं हमारे आज के मुख्य वक्ता के रूप में मैडम का आशीर्वाद प्राप्त होगा। मैं मैडम को स्वागत करता हूँ।
Thank you very much to all organizing committee members, and I'm really honored to be here. And good afternoon from the Rajasthan. I just want to share my slide, but it is not allowed, I think. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, madam.
You would be able to share, I think.
Yes. Uh, Actually, today I want to talk about the how artificial intelligence is working in environmental sustainability under the our conference theme like innovative AI solution for sustainable planet. As you all know, the हम जैसा कि जानते ही हैं कि आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस एक सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्राम है, लेकिन इसके बारे में कितना ही एक साइंटिफिक फैंटेसी डेवलप हो गई है जिसमें जैसे रोबोट्स आएंगे और वो कैप्चर कर लेंगे प्लेनेट को, लेकिन इट इज ओनली ए सॉफ्टवेयर प्रोग्राम. It is like machine, like computers or robots done to do tasks. These are based on machine learning. There are mathematical algorithms that allow computer to learn the data from without being exploiting programs. How it can contribute in our environmental sustainability? It can solve our important problems, use resource most efficiently, and create a greener future. But like any other tool, it's come with our challenges. And climate change is not just a scientific issue; it's also a political, social, and economical issue. That's why it's required different type of solution. I'm a botany teacher, and so I look it as a scientific challenge. I'm also a techno optimistic, so I believe the technology can offer the great solutions. AI is once a solution, it helps us in three powerful ways. It can understand climate change, can help improve existing system and infrastructure, and can speed up a new scientific breakthrough. I can also want to explain it is just like a tools we are using from the morning to evening like any other tools. Uh, as human evolution takes place, there are stone age where stone tools are used. After that, industrial revolution. After digital revolution, and all like AI is also a simple digital tools. जो हम उनको इनपुट देंगे वही हमें वो आउटपुट देंगे. It can be promote sustainability through monitoring and conservation, climate change mitigation, renewable energy optimization, sustainable agriculture, and waste management. There are, I think, 10-minute time to all, and I just want to explain through a example. Example is like what we can do, like climate change. How can AI can help in climate change? AI is a very powerful tool for forecasting. We are using weather forecasting from last decade, and in case of wind energy, AI use historical weather data and turbine performance record to predict how much wind will be available in the future. There is a where we have the reliability on wind and solar energy, lekin it is really highly unpredictable. Sometimes sun shines, sometimes winds blow, sometimes don't. But fossil fuel like coal can be burned at any time to produce a specific amount of electricity when we need it. For the electricity manager, like who keep the lights on to 24 hours 7, fossil fuel seems more reliable. So how can we make reliables more dependable? And here the AI comes in, where AI can't control the wind, but it can make more effective predictions. It helps power manager plan more effectively and rely on the wind energy with the confidence. The challenges are also here in there are when we talk about where AI is uh, helping in monitoring in conservation, there are wildlife protection. AI powered camera equipped with machine learning algorithm can automatically detect species and alert authorities to poaching activities. It helps in deforestation monitoring. It helps in coral reef health by analyzing underwater images. Artificial intelligence helps scientists track coral bleaching and assess marine biodiversity. It's also help in climate change mitigating through predicting climate patterns, carbon emission reduction, carbon captures. There are so many examples where we can put the AI in environmental sustainability. It's work in renewable energy, as I have mentioned earlier. There are case studies, AI-driven microgrids, deep mines, wind energy prediction, solar energy maximization in India, where Indian solar farm improved output by identifying area required cleaning or repairs. It is also used in sustainable agriculture, where enhancing resource efficiency, increasing crop yields, and reducing environmental impact. When we talk about the case studies in Indian agriculture, Microsoft partners with Indian government to use artificial intelligence for pest risk prediction, reducing crop losses and improving yields. There are many examples we cannot all, I cannot mention all here. There is a waste management where it can be a sustainable revolution by recycling, reducing waste generation, and promoting a circular economy. There are several benefits in AI based management. I have made so many slides, but I can't describe all here. But it's also come with the challenges, environmental footprints. Uh, it consume very high energy. जो भी मॉडल हैं वो सिग्निफिकेंटली बहुत सारी एनर्जी कंज्यूम कर रहे हैं ऑफन सोर्स्ड विद फॉसिल फ्यूल्स कंट्रीब्यूटिंग टू कार्बन इमिशन ई वेस्ट जनरेशन हो रहा है लाइक एआई हार्डवेयर एडवांसमेंट लीड्स टू इंक्रीज इलेक्ट्रॉनिक वेस्टेज रिसोर्स यूजेस हो रहे हैं सारे के सारे रेयर अर्थ एलिमेंट है मेटल माइनिंग ऑफ विच आर ecological impact, but we can improve all the our resource utilization can be based on renewable energy, and it can transform society. Growing concern strategies for the greener artificial energy focused on reducing its impact uh, while retaining transformative potential. These strategies aim to minimize the carbon footprint of artificial intelligence development, deployment, and uses. I think time. Hello, sir. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
We can hear you, ma'am.
So, thank you. Thank you very much to listening on the conference attendees or the program organizers. And it is all from myself. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Uh, Thank you, Dr. Abhilasha Chaudhary, ma'am. It was a very wonderful session, and you put the light on the aspect which could yet not be covered: the climate change, waste management, and the AI. Yeah, all these issues are though scientific, but the political and social and academic level address has to be done. And we hope that this conference would bring some outcomes that could implement at the policy level. So we have Dr. M. Devendra, Principal and Professor, the Oxford College of Hotel Management, Bengaluru. I invite Dr. M. Devendra. I think, Devendra sir, can you hear me? So next speaker is Dr. Trilochan Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Tourism, Chandigarh University. I could see Trilochan sir is here. Dr. Trilochan Kumar. Yeah, sir, please unmute yourself.
Okay, I unmuted, sir. Okay, a very good afternoon to all of you. And today theme is sustainability, economic development, and tourism. So in hodgepodge, I make some lectures. Actually, past week I was in Nepal. It was very difficult to take message from sir also. So I have done my PhD also in religion, tourism, and sustainability. Okay, so now I'm going to start my lecture. First of all, I will tell about what is the relationship between tourism, sustainability, and economy. If you talk about tourism, sustainability, and the economic are deeply interconnected, with tourism acting as a significant driver of economic growth while also posing challenges in environmental and cultural preservations. Tourism contributes to economic development by generating employment, attracting foreign exchange, and stimulating investment in infrastructure. Infrastructure benefiting both urban and rural areas and communities. Nowadays, you can see rural tourists are also want to spend peaceful time, and the concept of homestay is also going on. So the tourism in untapped destinations are increasing day by day. However, rapid tourism growth can strain natural resources, degrade ecosystems, and disrupt local cultural and not managed responsibility. When you talk about sustainable tourism provides a solution by balancing economic benefits with environmental and social responsibility, promoting practices that minimize harm. Always, we have to promote tourism also in that place, but you have to also take care, minimize harm, preserve cultural heritage, and ensure equitable benefits for local communities by integrating sustainability into tourism development. Destination can achieve long-term economic prosperity while safeguard their nature, culture, assets, and future generations. So we can say that tourism trends are evolving with the focus experimental travel, digital transformations, ecotourism, wellness tourism, driven by increased environmental awareness and the demand of authenticity, personalized experiences. Sustainable tourism is defined as tourism that meets the needs of present travelers and host region while protecting, enhancing opportunity for future. Everyone knows to sustain these resources for future generations. It emphasizes environmental preservation, cultural respect, and equitable economic benefit. Always we should do cultural respects. Nowadays, displacement effect is also going on, mixed culture is also going on. So you should take care all of the things so that we cannot give negative things to there. If you're earning more than destroying there and more than taking there from that particular place, it's called tourism development. If you are going to any destinations and you are damaging the resources, and if you compare between both the things, the loss and profit, always you should compare, so that we can say that according to that you can analyze and you can say that development is going or not, and according to that you can also consider sustainability. It emphasizes environmental preservation, cultural respect, and equitable economic benefit, ensuring that tourism activities contribute positive to local community and minimize the thing same things, contribute positively to local community and minimize negative impacts on environmental and heritage. When we talk about tourism trends and sustainability, the tourism industry is cornerstone of a global economic, it constantly evolving, shaped by emerging trends and preserving need for sustainability. Over the past few decades, tourism has transformed from luxury activity for affluent to the integral part of people's lifestyle, facilitating by advancement and technology. Last resource person told about AI, Gemini, etc. Preferences, unique impressive experiences, and growing consciousness about the environmental and social impact of their journey. It's amidst this evolution, sustainable tourism has emerged as critical approach to ensuring that the benefit of tourism and balance with the preservation of the planet and its cultural heritage. One of the most prominent trends is tourism is to shift towards experimental travel. Modern travelers are not longer satisfied with mere sightseeing. Just wait a minute. With just take a minute. Modern travelers are no longer satisfied with mere sightseeing. They seek deeper connection with the destination they visit. This desire has filled with the rise of niche markets such as adventure tourism, culinary tourism, cultural tourism, etc. Adventure tourism, for instance, combines physical activities. Nowadays, dark tourism concept is also going on. So, adventure tourism, for instance, combines physical activities with natural exploration, attracting those who crave excitement and challenges. Similar way, we can say culinary tourism offers travelers an opportunity to experience a destination through its food. Culinary tourism, providing insight into local traditions, lifestyles. Cultural tourism, which allows visitors to engage with their art, music, history, heritage of a place, fostering a deeper appreciation for uniqueness. These trends underscore a broader movement away from mass tourism towards the meaningful personalized experience. Digital transportation is the another key driver of change in the tourism industry. Technology has revolutions how people plan and experience travel, from online travel agency, artificial intelligence, powered chatbot. Digital tools have made travel more accessible and convenient. You can take knowledge about the destination in a single click. Okay, virtual and augmented reality technology are also enhance the tourism experience, which allow travel to preview destination or explore site remote areas. Social media nowadays concept of homestays is also going on. So in the way people also want to enjoy their culture, their traditions, how they live, how they taste, and they actually want to enjoy environment, nature. That's why nowadays the concept of homestays is also going on. Social media platform plays a pivotal role in shaping travel decisions, which user generated content inspiring millions of visit a specific locations. However, the and technology also raised questions about the environmental and social implications, such as increased energy consumptions over tourism in certain destinations, which sustainable tourism aim to address. Ecotourism is also part, wellness is also. So ecotourism and wellness tourism has gained significantly traction in the recent years as travelers become more health consciousness in India. Every fifth person has some disease. Okay, so nowadays everyone concerned about their health, more health conscious and environmentally aware. So that nowadays agri-tourism concept is also booming. So ecotourism focus on visiting natural areas in way that minimize environmental impact with supporting conservations and local communities. It appeals to those who wish to enjoy pristine landscape with contribution positively to their preservations. Wellness tourism, on the other hand, emphasize physical and mental well-being, offering activities such as yoga retreats, spa therapies, and nature immersions. These forms of tourism align closely to sustainable principles as they promote harmony between human activities and environment while supporting local economies. The rise of remote work and digital nomadism, another notable trend reshaping in tourism landscape. COVID-19 pandemic. COVID-19 pandemic accelerated the adopting of flexible work arrangement, enabling people to work from virtually. This has led to the growth of workations where individuals combine work and leisure in scenic or culturally rich location destinations that cater to this demographic by providing reliable internet, co-working spaces, highly quality of life are become increasing popular. While these trends offer economic opportunity for host communities, it is also highlight the needs for sustainable practices to merge infrastructure demand and prevent over tourism. Over tourism nowadays carrying capacities, everyone is focusing on it. Admits that these dynamic trends, the concept of sustainable tourism has become a guiding principle for industry, defined as the tourism that meets the needs of present travelers and host region while protecting the enhancing opportunity for future generation. Sustainable tourism emphasizes a balance between economic growth, environmental conservation, and social equity. It is rooted in the understanding that unchecked tourism can lead to resources destination, environmental degradation, cultural homogenization, undermining the very attractions of the draw visitor of the first places. Okay, so we can say that cultural sustainability is equally important in the context of tourism. It involves preserving and celebrating the unique heritage, traditions, and identities of the host communities. Over tourism is culturally sensitive area that can lead to erosion of the local customs, lifestyles, as destination cater the mass market demands. Sustainable tourism promotes community-based tourism where local and actively involved in planning and managing tourism activities. These ensure that tourism benefit are distributed equitably and that culturally integrated of a destination maintained. अगर आप किसी भी डेस्टिनेशंस का भी आप एग्जांपल देख सकते हैं, जैसे जम्मू एंड कश्मीर, हिमाचल प्रदेश, डेस्टिनेशन वहां का, लोकल पीपल वहां का, लेकिन जो मेन बिजनेस प्लेयर्स है वहां के, ऑल आर नॉट फ्रॉम जम्मू कश्मीर, other states, even out of countries, and they're taking the benefits of the resources and taking it and bring it to their own home. Okay, so ऐसा कुछ करे कि वहां के लोगों को, लोकल लोगों को ज्यादा से ज्यादा बेनिफिट हो, क्योंकि हम उनके शेयर का एटमोस्फेयर, उनका कल्चर ये यूज कर रहे हैं, ठीक है। दैट्स व्हाई नाउ डेट कार्बन डेटिंग का भी कॉन्सेप्ट चल रहा है, जिसको कार्बन ज्यादा है, फॉरेन कंट्रीज are also purchasing that, USA also purchasing carbon dating वगैरह. That's very low, we have lack of time, so we cannot discuss. Next time definitely we'll discuss. So
Very
economic sustainable
wonderful session, sir.
focus on creating long-term financial benefit for host regions. This involves reducing economic leakage. We're talking about reducing economic leakage, where a significant portions of tourism revenue leaves the local economy, which encouraging traveler to spend on local goods. आप देख सकते हो जगह जगह आपको फॉरेन ब्रांड्स, कैफे कैफे डे, डोमिनोज, तो वो वहां के लोकल पीपल को नहीं बेनिफिट दे रहे हैं. तो सस्टेनेबल टूरिज्म ऑल्सो प्रायोरिटाइज fair wages, working conditions for those employed in the sector, ensuring that tourism contribute positively to the well-being of local populations. Furthermore, investing in the infrastructure and education related to tourism can create opportunity for skill development and economic diversification. यही reason है कि nowadays many states has also introduced tourism is 10+2 levels also.
Very nice session, sir.
Just 1 minute. Just conclude me.
I thought you have concluded.
Tourism is transformative force the economic development, offerings substantial benefit through job creation, foreign exchange earnings, infrastructure development, and regional growth. Always focus on regional growth. Its ability to leverage local resources and stimulate a multiplier effect. In terms of economics, multiplier effect cross industry makes a common stone of both national and regional economies. However, for tourism to remain a sustainable driver of prosperity, it is essential to balance economic growth with environmental conservation, cultural preservations to balance economic growth with environmental conservations, cultural preservations and social equity. By embracing inclusive and sustainable practices, tourism can not only foster economic resilience, but also ensure that its benefits are distributed equitably across communities, fostering long-term development and global well-being. Thank you.
Kindly conclude. A very
Thank
nice
you,
session. Very nice session, sir. You have done PhD in religious tourism, and I am from Ujjain, Mahakal, and all the fairs of the tourism related and all the factors you highlighted. We are facing here, and we can see.
Okay.
You mentioned. So our next speaker is Dr. Prince Da Mbachi, President of African Global Development Initiative. Dr. Prince,
Dr. M. Devendra already joined. Dr. M. Devendra.
Okay. Dr. M. Devendra ji, yeah, I could see you. So you can also start your session. Dr. M. Devendra.
Yes, very good afternoon. I have shared my PPT. If somebody can share that on the online. I have shared my PPT.
Yeah, sir. We can see your slide.
Okay, you can start. I'm going to talk about tourism business standards and sustainable tourism and tourism products, or tourism projects. What can contribute sustainable tourism? The next slide. Next slide, please. Can you just elaborate that one? Yeah, in my presentation includes the introduction to the concept of sustainable tourism, the principles of sustainable tourism, the 17 SDGs, what are it, and sustainable tourism implicated to tour agency, accommodation, transportation, food and restaurant, destination, shopping, entertainment, the local government, the experience program, and as a traveler, what a sustainable tourism means. And I'll conclude my presentation with that. Next slide, please. When we talk about a sustainable tourism, the tourism that takes full account of its current and future economic, social, and environmental impact, addressing the needs of visitors, the industry, the environment, and the host community. From this definition, we can clearly tell that the three principles of sustainability includes the economic, social, and environmental sustainability. Next slide. When we talk about the economic and social and environmental, the ways in which it contributes the local host community forms a sustainable tourism. The next slide. When we talk about the principles of sustainability tourism, which is defined by the Worldwide Fund for Nature, there are 10 principles: using the resources sustainably. The second one is reducing the overconsumption and waste. The third is maintaining biodiversity. The fourth is integrating tourism into the planning, and fifth is supporting the local economies. The sixth is involving local communities. Seventh is consulting the stakeholders and the public in the involving projects. The next is training of the staff, and next is marketing the tourism, responsible tourism marketing, and also we need to undertake a research. These are the major principles of sustainable tourism. And as everybody knows, the 17 sustainable tourism development goals, this image clearly mentions everything. And these I have discussed in my further part of the presentation, highlighting the different concepts of the tourism industry. Let us start with the first one. The first one is with reference to tour agency. Next slide, please. Tour agency, when we talk about the tour agency, help the tourists in planning and booking of reservations of their itinerary, accommodation, and transportation to the destination. What is that as a part of sustainability we can do? With the sustainability focus on tour agency can involve sustainable concepts into itinerary planning in a way to improve the welfare of local people, minimize the negative environment impact, and help to conserve the heritage and all kinds of habitats on a long run basis. Next slide. This I have related with reference to the 17 sustainable goals. That's the reason I mentioned here. 1.4 refers to the first one. The first sustainable goal is no poverty. According to that, I have given all the 17 sustainable goals, which is related to tour agency. That is access to all climate change, safety and security, adequate health care and plan, young people and adults, educate employee and tourist, employment opportunity, respect the traditional culture, sustainable transportation, e-tourism brochures, and tableware which are eco-friendly, travel based on sustainability, don't arrange travel activities. That is the sustainable goal number 14 and 15. That is 14.1 and 15.1, promoting green tourism and responsible tourism on the land as well as marine. Next slide. Sustainable tourism, when we talk about accommodation building requires a significant amount of energy resources to operate and provide the appropriate services for visitors, regardless the size of the entities. For this concern, what is that the companies have to take? Companies in this sector are basically to implement the energy management system and reduce the environmental impacts, and to improve the reputation who are increasingly concerned about the sustainability of environment. For this, what we have to do is we have to do two aspects: water management and energy management. With the correlation of this for the 17 goals, next slide. Next slide, please. For the 17 goals, I have correlated that as with reference to 17 SDGs: water risk management, do the sewage treatment, use of the water saving equipment, renewable energy, air circulation equipment, the Energy Star, equal pay and equal work, protect the rights of the laborers, buy eco-friendly toiletries, provide the recycling bins, recycling content products, donate excess or leftover to the nearby charities so that the food doesn't get waste, climate risk management, carbon footprinting per tourist per night estimation has to be done, wastewater and solid waste, green landscaping and ecological diversity, not to disturb the wildlife and the habitats, because the life on water and life on land is very much important. Even accommodation is being provided. The next is sustainable tourism with reference to transport. Transport service majorly rely on fuel transport vehicles such as car, tour, inland railways, aircraft, ferry, cruise, etc. All of these have significant amount of carbon dioxide emissions, and thus it has a subject to the change of mitigation, which leads to climate change. The sustainability focus of transportation can be fuel management in sustainable tourism planning, which includes increasing of the fuel efficiency through vehicle and carrier design in terms of incorporating the alternative and sustainable fuels. For this, I have correlated for 17. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Next slide is this. Yeah, safety management, reduce pollution. No, previous slide. Safety management, reduce pollution, cruise pollution, renewable energy, usage of eco-friendly vehicles at the destination. Example, solar power boat, which is not yet implemented, but that can be implemented because research and innovation is going on. Sustainable transportation, minimize the pollution, greenhouse gas emission monitoring, wastewater management, and reduce the usage of fossil fuel vehicles. Next is food and restaurant. Next slide. Food can play an important role in determining, next slide please. Food can play an important role in determining an individual motivation to visit a particular destination. Tasting the local food can be an initiative part towards immersing traditional travel experience, as it provides entertainment and cultural context in exciting ways. Please, next slide. Yeah, the sustainability concept of planning in restaurant sector could be on focus on connecting the mediator with the local producer and the tourist, communicating with each of them, being mindful action to focus on local food consumption to meet the sustainability part of the food on the restaurant. The associated sustainable goals are, what are the projects that can be done? The next slide. Next slide, please. Organic foods. This is very, very important with reference to sustainable tourism, with reference to the food and the restaurant is organic food. The signs should be very clearly indicated where to use and what not to use. That is the harmful use of alcohols or local food items. Non-smoking environment, recycled use of water, waste water management and waste water saving plan, renewable energy, the energy management, job opportunity for the local people, job opportunities for both the youth and the age, not only for the local people, and protection of labor rights. Food waste training has to be given very clearly so that the food is not being waste and it is protected. Minimize the use of disposal material, reduce the use of the plastic. Don't provide food to the animals or endangered animals. Let us have a sustainable food supply chain to the food and restaurant for sustainable tourism. Next is with reference to a destination. A destination is more place with the heritage resources, especially on cultural and natural, that infrastructure and services that attracts the tourist. For this purpose, what is the sustainability in a destination is destinations are subject to a wide variety of economic, social, and environmental changes over time in high different stages of development. Managing a sustainable tourism should be long-term scope and undertake the strategic plan for desirable results for the community, the city, and the nation. So for this, what is the sustainable tourism development goal is, next slide. Next slide, please. Yeah, the sustainability tourism concept with reference to a destination is total local productions. We have to use completely on local production resources, sustain the ecosystems. The passengers must be protected themselves. The quality of life must be improved. Reward for sustainable tourism in terms of usage of the local resources. Public use, sewage, and sanitation. Encourage in-depth tour for the local areas. Equal pay, equal work. Safeguard the culture and natural heritage. Disaster risk management. Reduce the marine pollution. Conservation education, promote educational tour, educate the tourist with reference to the poaching and trafficking of both the plants and animals. Next point. Next slide. Next slide. When we talk about sustainable tourism, the shopping also comes as a major important activity of a tourist. Tourists visit the destination outside their place of residence to shop for a particular goods, which determines an important factor to be there for the traveling and shopping that at a particular destination. The sustainability practices which need to be implemented at a shopping places are to focus more upon the delivery of local characteristics of that particular place to attract the tourist, so that the local economic growth is being implemented. For this, the sustainable tourism development goal. Next slide. For this, the sustainable tourism development goal is drinking and sewage treatment, energy saving management system, limit plastic shopping bags, plastic packaging itself can be limited so that the plastic can harm the environment. Use only the local suppliers. Stop selling the products which are prepared from the endangered animals, both from the land and the marine part of it, which emphasizes on the SDG goal number 14 and goal number 15. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. The environment in the tourism industry is comprised of the business that can operate and entertain the leisure activities. For this purpose, the entertainment, when we talk about the entertainment, the growth of entertainment industry is expanding over a year, but only thing what we have to take care of resources should not deplete the natural resources, infrastructure, and social cultural well-being of the community. For this, I have highlighted few more SDGs. Please, next slide. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. See, with reference to sustainable tourism, the entertainment, the corrective actions in response, create a smoke-free facilities, do the sewage treatment, reduce the artificial snow making, because there are now snow making is become more common to attract the tourists. That should be reduced to become a more sustainable in nature. Energy management system with reference to sports, protect the labor rights and safe working environment, less energy intensive goal course. Diesel generators, limited skiing resort with the growth of expansion, encourage the habitat restoration and reseeding. The next slide is talking about the local government. While local government with reference to the next slide, please. Next slide. Local government, when we talk about, while national government of the tourism is charging with reference to the regulations for both the development of social and economic activities, thus that outside the country attracting the inbound tourist. For this, the sustainability factor, what is that sustainability factor can be implemented by local government is the sustainability focus on tour agency can involve the sustainability concept into itinerary planning in a way to improve the welfare of the local people, minimize the negative environment impacts, and help to conserve the heritage, culture, and all kinds of habitat in the long run. For this, again, I have given few of the SDG goals. Next slide. Next slide, please. The SDG goals related to the local government is guidelines and regulations to be followed completely. The local community involvement in terms of project and project development, guidelines for the visitors about sustainability, balance the needs of the local economy, community, and the cultural and heritage environment, establishing the targets, sustainable principles and assessment of the assets, monitor and respond to the social, economic, cultural, and environmental issues, promote the collaboration with reference to the public and private sector involving the local host community. Next is experience program. Normally, it is known as EPs in sustainable tourism. The emerging concept is EPs. EP is reference to experience programs. Next slide, please. Next slide. Experience program. This is a new concept which need to be highlighted in the sustainable tourism. Experience programs specifically focused on local areas of the region within the country and growing globally with reference to the promotion of quality of life for both the visitors and the local host community. For this purpose, what is a sustainability concept? What we can bring in is, with the experience of the program, the travelers could gain the authentic local experience in terms of indigenous culture to promote the quality of the life to both visitors who experience the experience program mentally, physically, and also the local inhabitants of the region who earn a living by working in EP related projects and the business. And the next one is the traveler, the very important concept of sustainable. Yeah, for this, again, I have highlighted the experience program with reference to SDGs are increase the proportion of youth and adults equipped with necessary skills, enduring the tourists to acquire the knowledge, non-discrimination of the program, hiring and wage provided, promote the sustainable tourism and encourage the local job opportunities, protect and safeguard the cultural and natural heritage, reduce the paper waste, encourage the travelers to bring their own eco-friendly tablewares, reduce the marine pollution events, responsible tourist and visit behavior analysis have to be done, responsible tourism practices have to be taken, which is normally known as alternative tourism. The next concept, next slide. Next slide, please. Excuse me, next slide, please. Yeah, this is the last point of my discussion. Sustainable tourism with reference to the traveler. Travelers are closely related to the tourism industry. The total number of travelers 5 years or 10 years back is 1.3 billion. Now it is post-corona, it is slowly increasing, but we have not achieved the complete as it for sustainability as to grow in terms of new travel experience by implementing the experience program. The sustainable tourism points with reference to SDGs are with reference to interact equally with the people of the areas you visit, strict prohibition of drug abuse and alcohol beverages, follow the local traffic rules, minimize the conduct of all the hazardous substances, strictly obey the tobacco regulations, sustainable water management, avoid carbon dioxide emissions and other air pollution, cooperate in sustainable protection and conservation of local and cultural heritage in all the area, reduce the use of plastic and disposable material, awareness about the sustainability development, stop actions to abuse, exploitation, trade, and all forms of violence against the children specifically. That emphasizes the goal number 16, that is peace, justice, and strong institution. Next slide is the last slide, please. Next slide. But to conclude my presentation, by adopting these business standards for sustainable tourism, one can achieve the sustainable tourism development at a particular destination, either in the existing tourist destination or building a new tourist destination, by following the 10 major principles and the three pillars of sustainable tourism and standards of sustainability. One can improve the sustainability with reference to SDGs by 2030. Thank you. Thank you for your patient listening. Next slide.
Thank you, Professor Dr. M. Devendra Ji, the principal of Oxford College of Hotel Management, Bangalore, Karnataka. Very wonderful session. Economic, social, and environmental aspect of the tourism. We all were very passionately listening to you. Very interactive session it was. Dr. Prince Dan Mbachi, can you hear us? Dr. Devendra sir and Brajesh sir have been continuously from 2 days. They are trying to integrate all of us on this virtual stage. So we are very heartily thankful to both of them. And now our next speaker is Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji.
Can I leave?
Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji.
Gaurav sir, can I leave?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
A very wonderful session by you, sir. Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev, sir, from Guna, Krantivir Tatya Tope University Registrar. And I must inform you that the organizers of our this whole international conference, Dr. Meenu Jain is a student to Dr. Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji. And when we invited Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji, I could see he was present in this meeting. But I think Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji has also left, or is actually Lalit Kumar ji has recently, when we invited Lalit Kumar sir, he was a professor and head of the Commerce Department in PM College of Excellence, Guna. And right now he is registrar of the Krantivir Tatya Tope University. So I think, sir, Lalit Kumar sir, I think is not here. Dr. D. Sanjeeva Rao, Assistant Professor in Commerce, Bhavans Vivekanand College of Science, Humanities and Commerce, Secunderabad, Telangana. Sir, welcome. Sir, please unmute yourself, sir. Dr. Sanjeeva Rao ji, please unmute yourself.
So very good afternoon, sir.
Yes, sir. We all are eager to hear you.
Yeah, I'm also very happy to be part of this international conference. I would like to share my PPT, sir. Just a minute.
Dr. Ajay Tiwari, be ready for after.
Yes, sir.
Please continue, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes. I think system is very slow. It just takes few seconds, sir. So, is my screen visible, sir?
Yes, we can see your presentation.
Hello. Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Your presentation, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So, very good afternoon to everybody present here. Yeah.
Good afternoon, sir.
So, I would like to specify that 2 days international conference on multidisciplinary research in tourism, economy, and environmental sustainability would definitely help the economy in different aspects. So I would like to cover a few points on the global landscape of tourism. where the tourism has been one of the most resilient and the fastest growing economic sectors in the world. So in India, we have a lot of tourist places, and it is necessary that every Indian try to visit all the tourist places so that one can know about our country. According to the World Tourism Organization, tourism has accounted for 10.3% of global GDP in 2019, contributing approximately 9.6 trillion to the global economy and supporting over 330 million jobs, one in every 10 jobs worldwide. So it is an important aspect that
Now
we,
please unmute.
Yeah.
The other headset or system is, I think,
is it
the
sir?
other ID.
Okay, sir. Just 1 minute, sir. So, am I clear now, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So, when we look at the tourism aspect, the COVID has brought a lot of changes, and the COVID pandemic has brought an unprecedented halt to the progress of tourism development, and the people visiting different locations in India also has drastically dropped. And global international arrivals also have been dropped nearly 70% in 2020, because we know the entire world has come to halt, and it has resulted in reducing the revenue for various countries, not only India, but also other countries, which has resulted in losses exceeding $4 trillion for the entire globe. But the industry's resilience is evident that reopening the borders and strong demand for travel has resulted in international tourism, which has brought significantly an increase in recovery of 65% by 2023. And presently, people are visiting a lot of places. Recently, we have also seen that people are moving from one place to another place to see and experience different places in our country. So experts forecast that by 2030, the global tourism will reach definitely 1.8 billion international visitors. So this will definitely see that our economy will definitely grow. And when we look at the economic growth point of view, tourism is not just about leisure. It's a powerful economic engine. So I would like to concentrate and share a few points for developing countries. We have been discussing that our country has been developing, and as per our Prime Minister's announcement that we are going to be the top in the world, tourism contributes over 25% of GDP in small island development states and low-income countries, acting as a crucial foreign exchange earner. Tourism also creates jobs. So every $1 million spent on tourism creates approximately 42 direct jobs. Presently, it has been notified that in the entire world, out of 10, one person is occupying the job in tourism department. So there is a greater job creation with tourism. As more and more number of tourist places are increasing, the number of employment opportunities are also increasing. So there is a need for infrastructure development. So in country like India, tourism has been an important infrastructure investment worth $100 billion over the past decade. But this information would definitely help the country to grow, and economically it will prosper. And as we are discussing about sustainable development goals, these goals can be achieved with the help of our tourism. So there are number of sustainable goals. Out of 17 sustainable goals, I would like to focus on 3 important areas where decent work and economic growth takes place as per Sustainable Development Growth 8. Tourism creates employment opportunities, as we have just now discussed, that more number of employment opportunities are created, and this represents 54% of global tourism workforce. So this definitely will help the forthcoming people to enter into tourism industry That also will help the revenue to the economy, and the economic growth in turn will take place. And we see India is going to have higher revenue through tourism. Sustainable Development Goal 13 focuses on climate action. Sustainable tourism initiatives have reduced CO2 emissions by 7% annually in major destinations like Costa Rica. And one more thing is, yesterday only, government of Maharashtra has decided plastic ban, and around 25,000 rupees is penalized whoever is using plastic. That means the government has taken initiative, and that will help the tourism to grow into different places. And it also becomes the responsibility of each tourist to be very careful when he visits the tourist place. He also keeps surroundings clean and neat as he keeps his house in the same way. So there is no need to have any kind of action by the government. Next, we have Sustainable Development Goal 15, which is life on land, which is very, very important. So when we look at the flora and fauna, we have been understanding that there is a drastic decrease even in the forest, even in the livestock. Sometimes in future we may have to see that with the help of the picture only, we may have to identify this is an elephant, this is a tiger, this is a lion, and so on. This is because of deforestation. So life on land, both for human beings and the non-human beings, are very, very important. For that, eco-tourism will help, and it has been instrumental in protecting over 20 million hectares of biodiversity-rich areas. So this has been a focus not only by the government of India, but also by respective state governments. But challenges remain. The aviation industry alone contributes 2.5% of global CO2 emissions, and over tourism in iconic destinations like Venice threatens cultural heritage and natural ecosystem. Now, I think we have to focus more on these sustainable development goals where our economy grows, and definitely our growth is going to be a remarkable growth. And what we are trying to predict for next decade. So even crossing 2030 also, when we look forward, tourism is poised for transformative changes. I am planning to bring some predictions, and one is green tourism. By 2030, 80% of travelers are expected to prefer eco-friendly accommodations, with the sustainable tourism projected to grow at an annual rate of 15%, generating over $1 trillion annually. So there is a need to focus on green tourism. So green tourism will definitely help the people to know about the responsibility and the entire country. So it is individual's responsibility that each person contribution will lead to economic growth. At the same time, it will also help the sustainable development goals, whichever are framed, will be useful. In addition to that, technological integration is also necessary. Digitalization, latest is AI-driven personalized travel experiences, and the blockchain for secure transactions will definitely dominate with the smart tourism. Recently, people also have adopted logistics with the help of AI-driven experiences, and this logistics also has been helpful to the people to know where they are, where they have to go, and within what time. Nowadays, we have several apps that are developed, and the government is also supporting for technological integration and also achieve the sustainable development goals. Tourism will definitely increase the local communities with 50% of tourism projects. As I am from Telangana, there are a number of places to see in Telangana, and I think most of you know about the Charminar, which is very famous. It has been a known identification for Hyderabadis that if we talk about Hyderabad, people definitely talk about Charminar. So when we try to identify such places and see that the community observes the responsibility of all the sustainable goals, then definitely 50% of tourism will lead to 100%. And one more responsibility that each individual, each citizen in our country to see that the carbon neutrality. That's the reason why recently e-vehicles have been introduced. And if you take an example of Tirupati, Tirumala, where people have to travel from one place to another place, e-vehicles are being used. And in most of the important places like temples and other defense areas also, the non-pollutant vehicles are used. This is a result of carbon neutrality. Okay, so just a minute. But there is a call to action. There are some leaders, there are some practitioners, and above all, it is the responsibility of each citizen to shape the future of tourism. To ensure tourism remains a force for good, we must invest in education and training. So, National Education Policy brings CBCS system where people have an option to choose the core subjects, and apart from that, whatever the area they are interested in, including hotel management, including tourism, and so on. So, if the institutions invest in such education and give training with the proper equipments, vehicles, and so on, definitely it becomes meaningful and leads to economic growth in our country. So, there is also a need to promote sustainable practices from the childhood. If we practice the sustainable development goals, definitely by the age they reach around 20 years or so, definitely they will we will achieve the sustainable goals, and these goals will result the future generations to experience that this is because of the previous practices and promotion by each individual as a responsibility of individual member in the country. So there is also need to have leverage partnerships, government. Presently, the people are all, the governments are also interested to go for PPP system, public-private partnership enterprises, where people have to work together to balance growth and sustainability. And at the same time, I would like to conclude and see that we should all remember tourism is more than an economic activity. Even though it is a revenue generating to the country, it is also giving happiness to each person whoever visits a tourist place. Therefore, it is a bridge which connects the cultures, empowers the communities, and preserves the planet. That's the reason why I appeal to every person who is on the seminar and who is outside the seminar to be more responsible wherever we visit and see that the environment is kept clean and neat, so that the next decade is not just about recovering what we lost, but building a tourism industry that is inclusive, resilient, and sustainable. Together, we can ensure that by 2030, tourism will not only contribute to economic prosperity, but also to a more equitable and sustainable world. Let us put our hands together to achieve tourism, economic growth, and sustainable development. With this, I would like to conclude that the tourism will definitely leads to economic growth. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Very informative session. It was in the last session, Dr. Devendra ji put light on the sustainable development goal integrating with the tourism. And now you have visualized a vision for the 2030 for the tourism. I think we are very lucky to hear you.
Thank
Thanks
you so
a lot,
Thank you,
Rao,
sir.
sir.
Thank you.
And now we are going to listen to Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji. Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji, when we invited Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev ji, he was professor and head of PM College of Excellence, Guna. And now when we invited, after our invitation, recent development is, please, we all need to applause. The reaction button is there and we should clap, because during this conference, We got to hear that Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev is now the Registrar of Krantivir, Tatya Tope University, Guna. So we all welcome Professor Lalit Kumar Namdev, sir. I also want to bring it to your knowledge that the organizer of our conference, international conference, Dr. Meenu Jain, is a student of Professor Lalit Kumar Namdevji, and he is very busy. Today is the working day, but respected sir found the time to address all of us. We welcome to this international conference Professor Lalit Kumar Namdevji. And sir, congratulations for the new responsibility. Yes, sir. Please continue.
सर माइक म्यूट है आपका.
Sir, please unmute yourself. Sir, please unmute yourself. Professor Lalit Kumar, sir. Yes, thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests and distinguished colleagues, it is an honor to be here with you today to explore an issue that is not only at the heart of global discussions but also a driving force for both progress and reflection. The intersection of tourism, economy, and environmental sustainability. The importance of understanding this intersection cannot be overstated. As we strive for global prosperity, we must recognize that the path we take will define the future of our planet and its diverse ecosystem. Today, I invite you to consider how these three pillars, tourism, economy, and environmental sustainability, are linked and how through careful management they can exist and thrive together. Tourism is one of the world's most significant and fastest growing industries. According to the United Nations World Tourism Organization, tourism contributes nearly 10% to the global GDP, providing employment for millions of people around the world. It connects people for different cultures, fosters mutual understanding, and drives economic growth in both developed and developing countries. Whether it's a small town in Italy, a sprawling metropolis like New York, or the pristine beaches of Southeast Asia, tourism is an engine for development. However, as we witness the growth of this vital industry, we must also ask ourselves at what cost? What happens when the demands of tourism begin to overweigh the needs of the local communities and the environment? Tourism is an essential pillar for many economies, especially those for developing nations. Countries like Thailand, Indonesia, Greece, and the Caribbean islands rely heavily on tourism as a primary source of income. It provides jobs in hospitality, transportation, retail, and many other sectors. It drives infrastructure development, increases local revenue, and when done responsibly, can significantly improve the quality of life for local populations. Yet, we cannot ignore the rising inequalities that can result from tourism. While it often stimulates growth, this growth is not always inclusive. The economic benefits may disproportionately favor large multinational companies or major cities, leaving small rural communities at a disadvantage. In some cases, tourism development can even lead to a rise in property prices, displacing local residents and eroding cultural identities. As we continue to push forward with tourism, we must be mindful of ensuring that its benefits are widely distributed. Now, let us turn our attention to one of the most pressing concerns of our time, environmental sustainability. The environmental impact of tourism is undeniable. Travel, especially air travel, is a major contributor to greenhouse gas emissions. Tourist destinations often face challenges such as overcrowding, water shortages, pollution, and the degradation of natural and cultural sites. The rise of mass tourism has led to unsustainable pressure on natural habitats, coral reefs, forests, and wildlife, while also exacerbating climate change. Iconic places like Venice, Machu Picchu are increasingly vulnerable to the negative impact of over tourism. If these places continue to be overwhelmed by visitors, we risk losing their beauty and biodiversity forever. However, all hope is not lost. There is a growing recognition that tourism can and must play a role in environmental preservation. Many destinations are now embracing sustainable tourism models that prioritize the protection of natural resources while still welcoming visitors. Sustainable tourism aims to strike a balance between economic growth, cultural integrity, and environmental conservation. It encourages practices such as eco-friendly accommodations, responsible wildlife tourism, and the promotion of local products and services. We are witnessing the rise of ecotourism where travelers seek out destinations that prioritize environmental sustainability. For instance, countries like Costa Rica have integrated ecotourism into their national identity, successfully preserving their rainforest and biodiversity while also stimulating the economy. The key to their success lies in maintaining a strong commitment to conservation while creating economic opportunities for local communities. So, how do we ensure that the future of tourism, the economy, and environmental sustainability is not only viable but thriving? Collaboration is key. Governments, businesses, and local communities must come together to create framework that support sustainable tourism. This includes investing in infrastructure that promotes sustainability, such as efficient public transport systems, waste reduction initiatives, and conservation efforts. Local governments should take the lead in implementing regulations that limit overcrowding and protect natural resources. We must continue to harness the power of technology to foster more sustainable tourism practices, whether it's through the development of low carbon transportation options or the promotion of digital experiences. Technology can enable us to reduce tourism's environmental impact, empowering local communities. The benefit of tourism must be felt by all. We must ensure that local communities are not just by standards but active participants in shaping the tourism experience. By fostering local entrepreneurship, respecting cultural heritage, and ensuring fair wages, tourism can provide sustainable livelihood for all. In conclusion, the future of tourism, the economy, and environmental sustainability lies in our collective ability to make informed discussions, to be mindful of the impact of our actions, and to prioritize the health of our planet as we continue to explore and celebrate the beauty of the world. We must remember that the preservation of this beauty is a shared responsibility. Let us commit to a tourism model that uplifts economies, preserves our planet, and ensures a future where both people and the environment thrive together. The choice is in our hands. Let us make it a choice that we can be proud of for generations to come. Thank you.
Thanks a lot, sir. As Dr. Minu mentioned about you to all of us that as a
Thank you so
student,
much, sir.
the lecture was very power packed and with the content from since the beginning when you said the past and present will decide the future, and the whole session you took was full of very information. Yes, we all are committed for the shared responsibilities and the community participation for a sustainable future. Thanks a lot, sir. A very informative
Thank you.
session.
Thank
And
you,
now
sir.
the next speaker is Dr. Ajay Tiwari. Dr. Ajay Tiwari ji, can you hear us?
जी जी प्रणाम सर।
Okay, sir, please continue, sir. Dr. Ajay Tiwari, faculty member in Geography, Jabalpur. Welcome,
जी
sir.
जी 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 सर जी। सर प्रथम तो इस आभासी पटल पे मुझे आमंत्रित करने के लिए धन्यवाद। और साथ
धन्यवाद।
में जो टॉपिक है बहुत ही समसामयिक और प्रासंगिक है, जिसमें हमने देखा कि ये चतुर्गुण मतलब पर्यटन भी है, अर्थ भी है, पर्यावरण भी है और संवेदनशीलता भी है। तो तीनों को समाहित, इन चारों को समाहित करते हुए कैसे हम आर्थिक विकास की ओर बढ़ सकते हैं, इस पे थोड़ा सा प्रकाश डालने का हम प्रयास करेंगे। सबसे पहले आता है पर्यावरण। तो पर्यावरण के जो मध्यस्थ कारक हैं वो हैं भूमि, जल और वन। अगर पर्यावरण को संरक्षित करना है तो मुझे इन तीनों पे विशेष ध्यान देना होगा, भूमि पे, जल पे और वन पे। फिर जो पर्यावरण के निरूपण के जो कारक हैं उनमें है जनसंख्या घनत्व, प्रति व्यक्ति उपभोग और प्रौद्योगिकी। भूमि, जल और वन को संरक्षित करने में जनसंख्या घनत्व और उपयोग और प्रौद्योगिकी का जो है एक समन्वय बना के मुझे उपयोग करना है। इसके बाद एक नया शब्द इसमें आप लोगों ने लिया है, संवेदनशीलता। तो संवेदनशीलता में हम ध्यान रखना है कि मुझे क्या विकसित करना है। तो क्या विकसित करने में मानव के लिए आर्थिक क्रियाएं विकसित करनी है और समाज को भी विकसित करना है, और किसके प्रति संवेदनशीलता मुझे बना के रखनी है, वो पर्यावरण के प्रति, जीवनाधार के प्रति और समुदाय के प्रति मुझे संवेदनशीलता को बनाए रखने हैं। और इनमें से इन सब को करने के लिए मुझे 4-5 चीजों से गुजरना पड़ेगा, जिसमें से पहला है प्रेरक बल। इन सब को सम्यक रूप में उपयोग करने के लिए एक प्रेरक बल काम करेगा। दूसरा, इसके दबाव को कम करना है मुझे। तीसरा, जो इसकी दशा है, इनकी दशा को बदलना है। और फिर इनके प्रभाव का विश्लेषण करना है। कहीं ऐसा नहीं कि हम पर्यटन का विकास तो कर रहे हैं लेकिन उसके द्वारा उस पे पड़ने वाले प्रभाव को हम इग्नोर कर रहे हैं। तो उसके प्रभाव को भी हमें ध्यान में रखना है। और साथ में जो प्रतिक्रियाएं हैं, इन सब का मिला जुला रूप प्रतिक्रियाओं के रूप में जो सामने आएगा, उस पे इन चारों को समाहित करते हुए कैसे हम आर्थिक विकास की ओर बढ़ सकते हैं, इसके लिए एक प्लानिंग तैयार करनी होगी। एक सही तरीके से एक नियोजन करना होगा। पर्यटन से आर्थिक विकास हो लेकिन उसका पर्यावरण पे प्रभाव न पड़े, इतनी संवेदनशीलता हमें रखनी पड़ेगी। बस हम इतना ही कहना चाहेंगे। आप लोगों ने मुझे अवसर दिया और ध्यान से सुना, इसके लिए धन्यवाद। आवाज आ रही है सर?
Thank you so much, sir.
यस यस, आवाज आ रही है सर? यस सर, यस वी आर गेटिंग।
सर, बहुत अच्छा सेशन था और बहुत ही आनंद आया। वाकई में बहुत ही प्रेरक और बहुत ही अच्छे शब्दों में आपने पूरा सेशन लिया। इसके लिए हम सभी आपका हृदय से धन्यवाद देते हैं। और अब हमारे जो अगले वक्ता हैं, आपने अजय सर जो इसके सभी पक्षों पे जो प्रकाश डाला
सर
उसके लिए हम हृदय से आपका धन्यवाद करते हैं। बबलेश शर्मा जी, द कोऑर्डिनेटर ऑफ कॉन्फ्रेंस, एमडी ऑफ IITS कॉलेज गुना। यदि कोई वक्ता जो यहाँ शेड्यूल था वो रह गया हो तो अन्यथा मैं वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के लिए बबलेश शर्मा सर को इनवाइट करता हूँ। आई थिंक सभी वक्ता हो गए। इसके बाद डॉक्टर सोनेश पुनिया जी जो हमारे टेक्निकल सेशन से उसको होस्ट करेंगी। सो बबलेश शर्मा जी, ओवर टू यू सर और द वोट ऑफ थैंक्स।
आदरणीय गौरव सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद आपका, जो आपने इस कार्यक्रम को, इस समारोह को एक बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से होस्ट किया है। आपका जो है, आपसे मिलकर बहुत अच्छा लगा। आज इस समारोह में मुझे बहुत ही शानदार एक अनुभव हुआ है, जो है काफ़ी समय बाद मैंने इस समारोह को ऑनलाइन ज्वाइन किया है। सर, प्रथम मैं आप सभी को IITS कॉलेज गुना परिवार की तरफ से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूं और बहुत बहुत आप सभी का स्वागत करता हूं। आदरणीय जो है ब्रजेश सर ने भी इसमें काफ़ी महत्वपूर्ण अपनी भूमिका निभाई है और हमारे कॉलेज की प्राचार्य महोदय डॉक्टर मीनू जैन द्वारा इस प्रोग्राम को एक बहुत ही शानदार तरीके से, मैंने इसका इतना अनुमान भी नहीं लगाया था सर कि ये प्रोग्राम इतना अच्छा लगेगा। मुझे देखने के बाद, हमारे कॉलेज परिवार को देखने के बाद बहुत ही अच्छा इसमें एक आनंद का अनुभव हुआ। आदरणीय, मैं आप सभी का इस समारोह में बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं, बहुत बहुत स्वागत करता हूं। आदरणीय हमारे क्रांतिवीर तात्या टोपे क्रांतिवीर यूनिवर्सिटी के डॉक्टर ललित नामदेव सर भी इस यूनिवर्सिटी में उन्होंने स्पीच दी। इस समारोह में मैंने उनकी स्पीच सुनी, बड़ा आनंद की जो है मुझे अनुभूति हुई। आदरणीय हमारे BC महोदय भी कल, यादव सर, उनका भी मैंने स्पीच सुनी, बहुत अच्छा लगा। मैं आप सभी का ताहे दिल से दोबारा बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं। जितने भी शिक्षाविद जो हमारे इस प्रोग्राम में आए हुए थे, जो राष्ट्रीय लेवल के हो, अंतर्राष्ट्रीय लेवल का हो, जिन्होंने इस भाईचारे के भावना से इस प्रोग्राम को एक बहुत ही शानदार बनाया, मैं पुनः IITS परिवार की तरफ से आप सभी का बहुत बहुत दिल से धन्यवाद करता हूं। थैंक यू सर।
सर, आपके वोट ऑफ थैंक्स के जो बहुत प्रभावी शब्द थे, इनके लिए भी हम सब आपके प्रति धन्यवाद ज्ञापित करते हैं।
सर 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 मैं भविष्य में आशा करता हूं कि ऐसे प्रोग्राम आगे भी आप करते रहें, क्योंकि ऐसे समारोह में मिलने का सौभाग्य बार बार नहीं मिलता। आज हमने ऑनलाइन के माध्यम से घर बैठ करके आज सब महान शिक्षाविदों से मुलाकात हुई, सब लोगों को सुना, बड़ा अच्छा लगा।
डॉक्टर मीनू जी, ब्रजेश जी, डॉक्टर देवेंद्र सर, आप सभी माध्यम से संभव हो सका और इन्हीं से अनुरोध रहेगा कि हमें दोबारा मिला है।
बिल्कुल 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 सर, जब भी गुना पधारे हैं, सभी का स्वागत है हमारे कैंपस में, बहुत बहुत स्वागत है। आभार सर, जब भी पधारे बिल्कुल आए,
सभी को निमंत्रण है। और मैं अब डॉक्टर सोनेश पुनिया जी, जिन्होंने बहुत ही प्रभावी तरीके से कल टेक्निकल सेशंस को रन किया और काफी अच्छे परिणाम, हम कल शोध समीक्षा लेके आए, कई निष्कर्ष लेके आए। आगे भी हम जो है आज जो पेपर्स होने वाले हैं, ये सारे निष्कर्षों को लेकर हम पॉलिसी मेकिंग में भी लेके जाने का प्रयास करेंगे। निश्चित रूप से बबलेश सर ने गुना में बुलाया है, कुलगुरु महोदय ने भी कहा है कि आपके पॉलिसी सजेशंस को आप हमें जरूर, तो हम एक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन फॉर्म,
मोस्ट वेलकम।
थैंक यू मैम। तो इसे एक डॉक्यूमेंटेशन फॉर्म में हम लोग सभी लोग, डॉक्टर मनोज धाकड़ जी भी यहाँ पे है, हम सभी लोग इसे पॉलिसी मेकिंग के हर लेवल तक लेके जाने की कोशिश करेंगे। टूरिज्म बोर्ड से भी हमारे पास कल रिसोर्स पर्सन थे। मैं डॉक्टर सोनेश पुनिया मैम को इनवाइट करूंगा। ओवर टू यू मैम, कैन यू हियर मी?
Thank you, Gaurav sir. Am I audible?
Yes, we can hear you ma'am.
Yes,
Thank you, Bablesh sir, for your vote of thanks, and thank you, Gaurav sir, for your support and for your guidance in the first session. And with that, I'm picking up on the next session of our paper presentation. And once again, you all are welcomed in the second session of our 2 days international conference. And today's session will be the last session of the paper presentations. So I request all the presenters, those who were unable to attend the conference or unable to give the presentation yesterday, are requested to provide your presentation today. And all the participants are requested to send your PPTs as soon as possible if you have not given. And now I'm going to announce once again the names of the presenters. Those are listed in the today's session. First, we will cover the today's session presenters, and after that, the individuals, those who have not given their presentation yesterday, they can give their presentation after the completion of the candidates in the present session. So in this session, we are continuing with our candidate Sharda Chauhan. Sharda Chauhan, are you there? Sharda Chauhan. Next
Yes,
is Iluru. Yes, Sharda Chauhan, are you there?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Sharda Chauhan, your topic is पर्यावरणीय विकास में नवाचार और तकनीकी की भूमिका, and you are research scholar at IRPM TMBU Bhagalpur University,
Yes, ma'am.
Bhagalpur. Right. So, madam, please start your presentation. And the time
Thank you,
limit,
ma'am.
as I again remind, it is 4 to 6 minute maximum.
Okay, ma'am.
Yes, you can start.
सॉरी मैम, मेरा पीपीटी शेयर नहीं हो पा रहा है.
You can send to the organizers, they will share for you. And then you can start your
हो
introduction.
जाएगा
Okay,
presentation.
हो गया. Fine, fine.
ओके. मेरा आज का टॉपिक जो है वो है पर्यावरणीय विकास में नवाचार और तकनीकी की भूमिका. तो आज हम यहाँ पे बात करेंगे कि कैसे तकनीकी नवाचार और सतत विकास के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है और विभिन्न क्षेत्रों में पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियों का समाधान कैसे कर सकता है. तो सबसे पहले बताऊंगी कि पर्यावरणीय विकास है क्या. तो पर्यावरणीय विकास का अर्थ है पर्यावरण की सुरक्षा और संरक्षण करते हुए आर्थिक विकास करना. यह एक ऐसा विकास है जो वर्तमान और भविष्य की पीढ़ियों की जरूरतों को पूरा करता है. तेजी से बढ़ती जनसंख्या, औद्योगिकीकरण, शहरीकरण और जलवायु परिवर्तन के कारण हमारे पर्यावरण पर दबाव बढ़ रहा है. ऐसे में नवाचार और तकनीकी विकास की भूमिका अत्यंत महत्वपूर्ण हो जाती है. तकनीकी नवाचार में न केवल परंपरागत तरीकों को बेहतर बनाने में मदद कर सकता है, बल्कि वह पूरी तरह से नए समाधान भी प्रदान करता है, जिससे पर्यावरणीय समस्याओं का समाधान किया जा सके. वर्तमान में पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियां भी हैं कुछ, जैसे कि हम जलवायु परिवर्तन, प्रदूषण, वनों की कटाई और जैव विविधता के नुकसान जैसी कई पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियों का सामना कर रहे हैं. इसके लिए स्वच्छ ऊर्जा तकनीक, सौर ऊर्जा, पवन ऊर्जा और जैविक ईंधन. स्वच्छ ऊर्जा तकनीकें जैसे सौर ऊर्जा, पवन ऊर्जा और जैविक ईंधन जीवाश्म ईंधन पर निर्भरता को कम करते हुए ग्रीन हाउस गैसों के उत्सर्जन को कम करने में मदद करती है. ग्रीन हाउस गैसों की कमी. स्वच्छ ऊर्जा स्रोतों का उपयोग करके हम ग्रीन हाउस गैसों के उत्सर्जन को कम कर सकते हैं और जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभावों को कम कर सकते हैं. उदाहरण के लिए जैसे सोलर पैनल और पवन चक्कियां हैं. इसके बाद हम आते हैं अपशिष्ट प्रबंधन पे. कचरे से ऊर्जा उत्पादन. कचरे से ऊर्जा उत्पादन एक ऐसी तकनीक है जो कचरे को जलाकर ऊर्जा उत्पन्न करती है. यह कचरे के निपटान के लिए एक टिकाऊ समाधान है. स्मार्ट बिन्स और पुनर्चक्रण. स्मार्ट बिन्स कचरे के स्तर की निगरानी करते हैं और पुनर्चक्रण प्रक्रिया को स्वचालित करते हैं. प्लास्टिक कचरे को कम करने के लिए नवाचार. प्लास्टिक कचरे को कम करने के लिए नवाचारों में बायोडिग्रेडेबल प्लास्टिक और प्लास्टिक रिसाइकलिंग तकनीक शामिल है. जल संरक्षण और प्रबंधन. ड्रिप सिंचाई और सेंसर आधारित खेती. ड्रिप सिंचाई पानी को सीधे पौधों की जड़ों तक पहुंचाती है, जबकि सेंसर आधारित खेती पानी के उपयोग को अनुकूलित करती है. जल शोधन प्रणालियां. जल शोधन प्रणालियां दूषित पानी को पीने योग्य पानी में बदलती है, जिससे जल संकट का समाधान होता है. जल संकट के समाधान में तकनीकी नवाचार जैसे संरक्षण और प्रबंधन में महत्वपूर्ण भूमिका निभाते हैं. जैसे जल संरक्षण का समाधान होता है. कृषि में नवाचार. हाइड्रोपोनिक्स और एरोपोनिक्स. हाइड्रोपोनिक्स और एरोपोनिक्स मिट्टी के बिना पौधों को उगाने की तकनीकें हैं जो पानी और पोषक तत्वों के उपयोग को अनुकूलित करती है. स्मार्ट खेती में ड्रोन और एआई का उपयोग फसलों की निगरानी, सिंचाई और कीट नियंत्रण के लिए किया जाता है, जिसमें कृषि अधिक कुशल और टिकाऊ बनती है. जैविक उर्वरक और सतत कृषि. जैविक उर्वरक मिट्टी की उर्वरता को बढ़ाते हैं और रासायनिक उर्वरकों की आवश्यकता को कम करते हैं, जिससे सतत कृषि को बढ़ावा मिलता है. पर्यावरण निगरानी तकनीक. जीआईएस और रिमोट सेंसिंग. जीआईएस और रिमोट सेंसिंग पर्यावरणीय डेटा का विश्लेषण करने और पर्यावरणीय तकनीकों परिवर्तनों की निगरानी करने के लिए उपयोग किए जाते हैं. iOS सेंसर में पर्यावरण डेटा संग्रह। iOS सेंसर पर्यावरणीय डेटा जैसे तापमान, वायु गुणवत्ता और जल स्तर एकत्र करते हैं। AI और बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स। AI और बिग डेटा एनालिटिक्स का उपयोग पर्यावरणीय डेटा का विश्लेषण करने और पर्यावरणीय समस्याओं का समाधान खोजने के लिए किया जाता है। अब आते हैं स्मार्ट सिटी और शहरी विकास। ऊर्जा कुशल भवन। ऊर्जा कुशल भवन ऊर्जा की खपत को कम करते हैं और कार्बन उत्सर्जन को कम करते हैं। इलेक्ट्रिक वाहन और सार्वजनिक परिवहन। इलेक्ट्रिक वाहन और सार्वजनिक परिवहन वायु प्रदूषण को कम करते हैं और शहरी गतिशीलता को बेहतर बनाते हैं। ग्रीन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर। ग्रीन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जैसे पार्क और हरित क्षेत्र वायु गुणवत्ता में सुधार करते हैं और शहरी गर्मी को कम करते हैं। जलवायु परिवर्तन और तकनीकी उपाय। कार्बन कैप्चर और स्टोरेज। CCS का तकनीक वायुमंडल में कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड को कैप्चर करती है और उसे सुरक्षित रूप से संग्रहित करती है। जलवायु मॉडलिंग और पूर्वानुमान। जलवायु मॉडलिंग और पूर्वानुमान जलवायु परिवर्तन के प्रभावों का अध्ययन करते हैं और भविष्य के परिदृश्यों का अनुमान लगाने में मदद करते हैं। बायोडायवर्सिटी संरक्षण। तकनीक का उपयोग जैव विविधता की निगरानी, संरक्षण और पुनर्स्थापन के लिए किया जाता है। अब हम आएंगे निष्कर्ष पे। तो नवाचार और तकनीक पर्यावरणीय विकास के लिए महत्वपूर्ण है। वे हमें पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियों का समाधान खोजने और एक टिकाऊ भविष्य बनाने में मदद करते हैं। तकनीकी नवाचार हमें एक सतत और पर्यावरण के अनुकूल भविष्य की ओर ले जाने में मदद करते हैं। इसीलिए हमें इन नवाचारों का समर्थन में सहयोग करना चाहिए और समझना और सतत विकास के लिए एकजुट होकर काम करना चाहिए। हमें यह समझना होगा कि पर्यावरणीय चुनौतियों का सामना करने के लिए नवाचार और तकनीकी को अपनाना हमारी जिम्मेवारी है और यही सभी के लिए एक स्थायी और स्वस्थ भविष्य की कुंजी है। थैंक यू सो मच। हेलो।
Thank you so much, ma'am.
थैंक यू। हेलो।
हेलो।
बहुत अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन दिया मैडम ने।
थैंक यू मैम।
Am I audible?
यस मैम।
मेरी आवाज आ रही है?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. आ रही है आपकी आवाज।
The next presenter in the list is Iluru Vandana. Iluru Vandana, are you there? Iluru Vandana. And the next one is Dr. Hem Singh Mandaloi. Mr. Hem Singh Mandaloi. And next is Bhavesh Bhaskar Soni. Bhavesh Bhaskar Soni. Next is Dr. Bhaskar K. Pandya. Dr. Bhaskar K. Pandya. Next is S. Mohan Raj.
Hello.
Yes.
I am Bhaskar Pandya.
Okay, Dr. Bhaskar Pandya.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Your topic is Reading India, Exploring the Country's Tourism Potential through V.S. Naipaul Works. And
Yes,
you are
ma'am, yes.
Professor English, Character University of Science and Technology, Anand, Gujarat. Right?
Yeah, ma'am. It's
Dr. Bhaskar
Charotar.
Pandya, you can start your presentation.
Okay, thank you so much, ma'am. Yeah, you are allowing me in order to present myself over this international conference, right? I hope that am I audible to you all.
Yes, sir. You are audible and you can start.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Let me proceed with my research, right? So my research topic title is Reading India, Exploring the Country's Tourism Potential Through V.S. Naipaul's Work, right? So a journey through literature and landscape, right? So it is all about. So if I focus more on this presentation, on my research, so if I talk about key points, that V.S. Naipaul's work provide a unique lens to explore India's culture, India's history, and the geographical aspect, right? So especially we found that V.S. Naipaul's work is mainly focused on the culture of India, and he tried to explore that in his unique ways, right? If I talk about objective, to analyze how Naipaul's vivid descriptions of India's socio-culture fabric can inspire tourism. So here I interconnected these words, like the literature through you can see that kind of aspect, right? So that is ultimately focused on the tourism part of our India. Then V.S. Naipaul and his connection to India, right? So if I talk about his, ancestral ties, so born in Trinidad to Indian descendant parents, right? Indian trilogy. If I focus, on his work, like India, a wounded civilization, he wrote in 1977, and another one that is India, a million municit now, that is written by him in 1990. So I consider these two books for my research. I try to relate the tourism aspect with the help of his work, like his work based on these two books. So if I talk about unique perspective of this research, that is the blend of insider ancestry and outsider critic, right? So we can consider him as outsider, but he blended within the India, we can say that one, right? So tourism through India, the first one, that is a wounded civilization, right? So it has focus on India during the emergency period, that we can consider like 1975 to 1977, right? So basically this book is more focus is on the emergency period of India, that we all know, right? And another one, that is if I include or indulge tourism insight into that, it shows that agriculture heritage. So it's all about the monuments, the temples, forts, and ancient ruins, right? We can consider this on the urban versus rural contrast. So he tried to explain the things with the help of this book, right? If I talk about potential for tourism, so it is all about heritage and historical tourism. Focus is on India's resilience and its legacy, right? So it also represents that kind of resilience and legacy into it, right? If I focus on the another one, that is another book, that is the India, a million minutes now. So that has the particular focus on tapestry of modern India. So generally this book is the written in 1990. So that focus is more on the general the modern part of India, right? The tapestry of modern India. If I indulge the tourism insight, then diversity of voices from different religions, right? The festival, the different festivals, the local stories, and the certain traditions which we have in our India, right? So he tried to focus the culture and festival tourism, right, in order to showcase the India's diversity in that terms. So the people can know about the tourism aspect with the help of that kind of the culture and festival, seasonal, and maybe that kind of aspect in it. If I focus on key themes for tourism development, so first one, that is the culture heritage, right? So it promotes the temples, forts, and ancient cities, like described by Naipaul in his work. Like if I focus on the wounded of civilization, so he tried to narrate the certain aspect into it, right? If I talk about natural beauty, so that showcasing the landscape like Kashmir and rural areas, like, so we can generate that one as a part of tourism, right? If you focus on the natural beauty part of our India, so it has, right? So it has that kind of tourism aspect, and we need to add that one, right? If I focus on local stories, the third thing, that is highlighting festivals, community traditions, and individual narratives, right? So each story has their own narrators, right? So they can narrate that kind of stories in their communities and in their traditions and all, right? Fourth one, that is historical reflections, right? Exploring the colonial aspect and the post-colonial impacts on modern India, right? Again, we can easily get that kind of point, that how you need to explore that colonial and post-colonial impacts that that we had in our India. If I focus on challenges and critics, so critics of Naipaul, that often seen as a overly critic of India. Generally we can consider Naipaul as the critic in the part of critic aspect of India. So he tried to narrate in his own words in both the works, right? If I focus on tourism challenges, that balancing the realistic portrayals with the inspiring travel narratives, then preserving authenticity while developing tourism. Then the conclusion part of this, this research that shows that the Naipol's work offer both a critique and celebration of India's complexity. Right. If I talk about the call of action, then the leverage literacy insights to develop diversity and meaningful tourism experiences, right? So this part that we include, right? So that's all about my research. I hope that I try to fulfill the expectations from your side, right? So once again, thank you so much in order to giving me such kind of opportunities to present myself over this international conference. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Dr. Bhaskar Pandya, for your elaborated views on the country's tourism potential through BS Nepal works. Thank you. And the next presentation in the presenter in the list is S. Mohan Raj and S. Hussain and M. Botham. These three are the contributory researchers. All together, they have given their names. So, who is the presenter among the three? Please say if you are joined. Yes. Next presenter is Dr. R.B. Anuragi and Ranjit Kumar. R.B. Anuragi, Dr. R.B. Anuragi, Ranjit Kumar. Next is Satish Pandey. Satish Pandey. Mrs. Bhavna Devan. Mrs. Bhavna Devan. Dr. Kuber Singh Guru Panch. Dr. Kuber Singh Guru Panch. Dr. Rajesh Maida. Dr. Rajesh Maida. Dr. Mamta Avasthi Pandey. Dr. Mamta Avasthi Pandey. Rupam Kocharekar. Rupam Kocharekar. Parmeshwar. Mr. Parmeshwar. Dr. Ritu Verma. Dr. Ritu Verma. Dr. Iqbal Singh. Dr. Iqbal Singh. Anjali Singh Yadav. Anjali Singh Yadav.
Yes, ma'am.
Sakshi. Anjali Singh Yadav, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Anjali Singh Yadav, your topic is cultural heritage and tourism potential in Chhatarpur district of Madhya Pradesh. Am I right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Anjali Singh Yadav. Yes, you are research scholar, geography, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur Vishwavidyalaya, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. You can start your presentation. Anjali Singh Yadav. Yes, Anjali Singh Yadav. Anjali Singh Yadav. Anjali Singh Yadav, your voice, I think there will be a connection problem or something. We are not able to listen your voice. Your screen is visible, but your voice is not audible. Please unmute yourself. Anjali Singh Yadav. Unmute yourself.
क्रॉस बटन देखिए नीचे जहाँ पे कैमरा ओपन चालू होता है, उसी के बाजू में देखिए क्रॉस बटन होगा, उसको ओपन कर क्लिक कर दीजिए।
माइक का बटन होगा नीचे, आप उस माइक की बटन को एक बार प्रेस कीजिए।
नॉर्मल मैडम अभी आप पीपीटी में है, पीपीटी से आप गूगल मीट में जाइए।
यस
गूगल मीट में जाइए, उसको मिनिमाइज करके गूगल मीट में जाइए। उसको मिनिमाइज करके गूगल मीट में जाइए मैम। अभी आपका पीपीटी वाला ऑप्शन ओपन है।
Yes, Anjali, your mic. आपको गूगल मीट पे माइक का बटन दिखा होगा नीचे।
जब तक अभी आप नेक्स्ट कर सकते हैं मैम।
यस, आई थिंक सो। आप एक बार अपने आप को लीव कीजिए मीट से और दोबारा ऐड हो जाइए। एंड द नेक्स्ट प्रेजेंटर इन द लिस्ट इज Sakshi Katiyar and Anita Deshpande.
Yes, ma'am. I'm sharing my screen,
Sakshi
please.
Katiyar, yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Your topic is mitigating urban heat through sustainable growth in Indore, strategic intervention by municipal corporation. And you are
Yes, ma'am.
research scholar at Political Science Department, Institute for Excellence in Higher Education, Bhopal.
Yes, ma'am.
You can start your presentation, Sakshi Katiyar.
Ma'am, I'm sharing my screen. Please let me know, is my presentation visible?
Yes, your presentation, your screen is visible. Your
Okay,
voice
ma'am.
is audible. Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Good afternoon, everyone. My presentation today is on the topic of mitigating urban heat through sustainable growth in Indore, strategic intervention by municipal corporation, which I have co-written with Dr. Anita Deshpande. She is a professor at Institute for Excellence in Higher Education, Bhopal. Today, as the theme of the seminar, we have focused on sustainable environment sustainability, ecotourism. Along with this, the climate change phenomena is also very evident. If we are talking about environment sustainability and ecotourism, we cannot ignore the phenomena of climate change. So when we talk about climate change, we very evidently see the rising temperature in our surrounding area. This paper, which I have written, is basically focused on the phenomena of urban heat effect, which can be defined as the higher temperature in urban areas compared to their surrounding rural areas. Urban heat island effect is a very escalating environmental issue in the urbanized cities. And जब भी हम climate change की बात करते हैं, हम environment sustainability की बात करते हैं, ये phenomena कहीं ना कहीं उसमें automatically in-depth हो जाता है. तो जब हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी अर्बन प्लानिंग की बात करेंगे तो हम कहीं ना कहीं अर्बन हीट आइलैंड के फिनोमिना को जो है एड्रेस करते हैं. जो ये रिसर्च पेपर है, ये जो टॉपिक है इस रिसर्च पेपर का, इज अ वेरी वास्ट एंड अ वेरी कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉपिक, जिसमें बहुत इंटरडिसिप्लिनरी सब्जेक्ट्स जो है इन डेप्थ होते हैं. इसलिए इस पेपर में हमने रिसर्च मेथोडोलॉजी में फोकस किया है कि हम एक थियोरेटिकल एंड लिटरेचर बेस्ड अप्रोच के साथ एक पूरा फ्रेमवर्क प्रिपेयर कर सकें, जिससे हम डिफाइन कर सकें कि व्हाट इज अर्बन हीट आइलैंड फिनोमिना, कैसे वो अर्बनाइजेशन या बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स की वजह से जो है बढ़ रहा है, और कैसे हम इसको जो है मिटिगेट कर सकते हैं. और इसी फोकस के साथ हमने स्टडी में एम किया है कि हम एक कंसेप्चुअल फ्रेमवर्क स्टैब्लिश कर सकें इन एड्रेसिंग दी फिनोमिना एंड सक्सेसफुली मिटिगेटिंग इन. और जब हम इस फिनोमिना की बात करते हैं, तो जब हम इसको स्टडी करेंगे तो एरिया ऑफ स्टडी बहुत वास्ट हो जाता है, इसलिए हमने स्पेसिफिकली इंदौर सिटी पे फोकस किया है, क्योंकि इंदौर बीइंग द फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश एंड अ वेरी रैपिडली अर्बनाइज्ड सिटी, तो हम वहाँ पे कैसे सक्सेसफुली मिटिगेट कर रहे हैं, वहाँ पे इसका क्या इम्पैक्ट देखने को मिल रहा है, इससे कहीं ना कहीं हम एक थ्योरी इनकर कर सकते हैं, जिससे हम सक्सेसफुल पॉलिसी इंटरवेंशन कर पाएंगे in implementing the policies successfully in all over Madhya Pradesh and that also then also in India. इसलिए इस पेपर में हमने लिटरेचर बेस्ड अप्रोच के साथ पूरा फिनोमिना जो है वो स्टडी किया है। स्पेसिफिकली जब हम थ्योरेटिकल फ्रेमवर्क की बात करें तो हमने बहुत सारी थ्योरीज पाई थी, जिससे हमें पता चलता है कि ये फिनोमिना में के अंदर क्या क्या चीज़ें इंक्लूड होती हैं, किस वजह से वो कॉज होता है और कैसे हम इसको सक्सेसफुली एड्रेस कर सकते हैं। जैसे कि क्लाइमेट चेंज, क्लाइमेटोलॉजिकल अर्बन हीट आइलैंड मॉडल जो है वो सक्सेसफुली एक्सप्लेन करता है कि अर्बन हीट आइलैंड किन कारण से बनता है, और इस कारण को ही कहीं ना कहीं हमने इंदौर पे स्टडी कर पाया, जिससे हम समझ पाए कि इंदौर में क्यों जो है राइजिंग टेम्परेचर के फिनोमिना हमें देखने को मिल रहे हैं इन द पास्ट ईयर्स। इसके साथ साथ सस्टेनेबिलिटी रेजिलियंस नेक्सस जो था, इससे हम समझ पाए हैं कि लॉन्ग टर्म अगर हमें क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट मैनेजमेंट करना है, हमें अपने सिटी को क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट बनाना है, तो हम क्या क्या मेथड्स जो हैं वो अडॉप्ट कर सकते हैं। सस्टेनेबल अर्बन डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी जो है इसी फिनोमिना पे और आगे एक्सप्लेन करते हुए बताती है कि कैसे एक बैलेंस ग्रोथ जो है वो अटेन की जा सकती है। सिस्टम थ्योरी एंड अर्बन कॉम्प्लेक्सिटी जो थ्योरी है वो कहीं ना कहीं सिटी को एक सिस्टम की तरह स्टडी करती है, और वो बताती है कि कैसे एक डोमेन जो है वो एक डोमिनो इफेक्ट क्रिएट कर देता है, एंड एक चीज जो है हेयर आफ्टर इफेक्ट्स द अदर एंड अदर से सिग्निफिकेंटली अदर एक चेन बन जाती है। तो अगर हम एक डोमेन पे सक्सेसफुली वर्क करेंगे तो वो चेन जो है वो आगे जाके भी आपको एक सक्सेसफुल बेटरमेंट की तरफ वर्क करने को देखने को मिलेगी। इकोलॉजिकल अर्बनाइजेशन एंड नेचर बेस्ड सॉल्यूशन से हमें पता चला कि हम अगर इकोलॉजिकल डिजाइन प्रिंसिपल को इंटीग्रेट करें हमारे अर्बन डेवलपमेंट मॉडल में, तो हम हीट कॉम्प्लेक्सिटीज को बहुत सक्सेसफुली एड्रेस कर पाएंगे। जब हम स्पेसिफिकली इन थ्योरीज के बेसिस पे इंदौर को स्टडी किया तो हमने बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स पाए कि क्या जिसकी वजह से अर्बन हीट आइलैंड जो है या राइजिंग टेम्परेचर हमें अर्बन एरिया में देखने को मिल रहा है, जिसमें सबसे सिग्निफिकेंटली हम अगर देख सके तो वो है आपका कंस्ट्रक्शन मटेरियल। जब हम अर्बनाइजेशन या सिटी में बात करते हैं, डेवलपमेंट को कहीं ना कहीं अर्बन इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर के साथ जो है वो लिंक कर दिया गया, और जब हम इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर डेवलप करते हैं तो जो मटेरियल इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में यूज होता है वो कहीं ना कहीं क्लाइमेट रेजिलिएंट मटेरियल नहीं होता है। उसमें जो मटेरियल है, जो कॉन्क्रीट एसफाल्ट जो यूज किया जा रहा है, ये कहीं ना कहीं सोलार एनर्जी को एब्जॉर्ब करता है, जिसकी वजह से आपका टेम्परेचर जो है सिग्निफिकेंटली राइज देखने को मिलता है। और इसी टेम्परेचर को जो कूलिंग इफेक्ट दे सकते थे, दैट इज नेचुरल वेजिटेशन, वो भी कहीं ना कहीं डिक्लाइन हो रही है, क्योंकि हमारे पास लैंडस्केप जो है वो बहुत कम है। हमें अगर डेवलपमेंट करना है तो हमें नेचुरल वेजिटेशन को कर्व करना पड़ता है, और जिसकी वजह से एक सिग्निफिकेंट राइज देखने को मिल रहा है। ग्रीन एरियाज बहुत सिग्निफिकेंटली डिमिनिश हुई थी बिकॉज ऑफ डेवलपमेंट इन इंदौर, इसलिए पास्ट 10 ईयर्स में बहुत ग्रेवली हमें टेम्परेचर राइज देखने को मिला है। सिमिलरली एक टर्म यूज किया जाता है दैट इज कैनियन इफेक्ट। जब हम कॉम्प्लेक्स टॉल बिल्डिंग्स स्ट्रीट का एक नेक्सस देखते हैं तो एक अर्बन कैनियन से डेवलप हो जाता है। अगर हम इंदौर की बात करें तो सराफा बाजार, राजवाड़ा या सेंट्रल बिजनेस डिस्ट्रिक्ट वाले जो एरिया है वहां पे हमें ये कैनियन इफेक्ट देखने को मिलता है, जिसकी वजह से टॉल बिल्डिंग्स जो है उसका जो कॉन्क्रीट मटेरियल है उसमें जो आपके ग्लास मटेरियल्स यूज हुए हैं वो सोलार एनर्जी को एब्जॉर्ब कर रहे हैं, हीट रिटेन कर रहे हैं। एट द सेम टाइम क्योंकि वो इतना टॉल स्ट्रक्चर है तो एयर सॉल्यूशन जो सर्कुलेशन है वो भी ऑब्स्ट्रक्ट हो रहा है, तो एक नेचुरल कूलेंट एनवायरनमेंट जो है वो भी क्रिएट नहीं हो पा रहा है। अब इन सारे बिल्डिंग्स में क्योंकि आपको अंदर एक सेंट्रलाइज्ड एसी चाहिए रहता है फॉर दी वर्किंग एनवायरनमेंट, तो वो एसी से भी कहीं ना कहीं जो बाहर आपका हीट जनरेट हो रहा है वो भी एक एंथ्रोपोजेनिक हीट जनरेट होने की वजह से आसपास के एरियाज में राइजिंग टेम्परेचर देखने को मिलता है। इसी के साथ साथ व्हीकुलर जो एमिशंस हैं, इंडस्ट्रियल एरियाज है, पीतमपुरा वाला जो एरिया है इंदौर के पास, इन सब की वजह से भी इंदौर में बहुत राइजिंग टेम्परेचर देखने को मिल रहा है। अब जहाँ, क्योंकि इंदौर इज बीइंग आवर फाइनेंशियल कैपिटल, वहाँ पे बहुत सारे लोग जो है अपनी जॉब सिक्योरिटी की वजह से रह रहे हैं, वर्क कर रहे हैं, तो वहाँ पे हमें पॉपुलेशन ग्रोथ भी बहुत देखने को मिली है। जब पॉपुलेशन डेंसिटी वहाँ पे ज्यादा है तो वहाँ पे एनर्जी कंजम्पशन भी बढ़ जाता है, जिसकी वजह से इंदौर जो है वो राइजिंग टेम्परेचर का फिनोमिना बहुत ग्रेवली देख रहा है। अब इंदौर में क्योंकि राइजिंग टेम्परेचर बहुत है, तो इंदौर ने एक एक्शन प्लान बनाया था फॉर एड्रेसिंग द क्लाइमेट चेंज। एट द सेम टाइम स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के तहत भी इंदौर ने बहुत सारी स्ट्रैटेजीज जो है वो इनकॉर्पोरेट करी है इन सक्सेसफुली मिटिगेटिंग द अर्बन हीट फिनोमिना, जिसमें से हमें देखने को मिलता है फर्स्टली कि जो ऑलरेडी एस्टैब्लिश्ड ग्रीन कवर्स हैं, जैसे कि नेहरू पार्क हो गया, आपका मेघदूत गार्डन हो गया, गांधी हॉल हो गया, इन सबको और एक्सपैंड करने पे जो है वहाँ पे वर्क किया जा रहा है, उसको मेंटेन करने पे वर्क किया जा रहा है, क्योंकि डेंसिटी वहाँ पे बहुत ज़्यादा है, स्कर्स लैंडस्केप है, तो माइक्रो पार्क्स जो है उनको डेवलप करने के भी वो स्ट्रैटेजाइज कर रहे हैं। एट द सेम टाइम जो बिल्डिंग्स हैं उसमें कूलिंग मटेरियल्स जो है, कूलिंग रिफेंट ट्री आपका रूफ गार्डन्स, इन सबको प्रमोट करने पर इंदौर म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन जो है वो वर्क कर रही है। जब हम डेवलपमेंट की बात करते हैं तो हमें रोड्स का कॉम्प्लेक्स नेटवर्क की बहुत ज़रूरत है, तो उसमें क्या किया जा सकता है, उसमें हम एक ऐसा सिस्टम डेवलप कर सकते हैं जिससे परमिनल पेवमेंट्स के थ्रू, जिससे हीट रिटेंशन कम होगा, वाटर जो अगर आपका रेनफॉल हो रहा है तो वाटर रिटेंशन इंक्रीज होगा। तो जितने भी न्यूली डेवलप्ड प्रोजेक्ट्स देखने को मिल रहे हैं इंदौर में, फ्लाईओवर्स हो गए, आपका रिंग रोड हो गया, इन सब में कहीं ना कहीं परमियल पेवमेंट्स जो है इनका यूसेज जो है वो इंक्रीज किया जा रहा है। ग्रीन बिल्डिंग रेगुलेशंस लेके आए गए हैं और अर्बन
Sakshi,
हीट मैनेजमेंट।
your
जी मैम,
time limit is exceeding and
यस मैम, आई
please
एम जस्ट
conclude.
कंक्लूडिंग।
Yes,
जी मैम,
conclude.
इसी के साथ साथ जो इंदौर है ने जो है बहुत सारे कैंपेन्स रन किए हैं। अब जितने भी अगर हम देखें कोई भी वर्क किया जाए तो उसमें पब्लिक पार्टिसिपेशन के बिना वी कैन नॉट डू एनीथिंग। जैसा कि ललित सर ने बोला था कि इट इज अबाउट शेयर्ड रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी, कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन। तो कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन इन्हांस करने के लिए इंदौर म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन ने बहुत सारे प्राइवेट सेक्टर को इनकॉर्पोरेट करके इनिशिएटिव्स लिए हैं, टैक्स रिलैक्सेशंस प्रोमिसेस किए हैं, ताकि लोग जो है वो इको फ्रेंडली टेक्नोलॉजीज जो हैं वो इसको यूज कर सकें। बट इन सब में बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस देखने को मिलते हैं। सबसे बड़ा है फाइनेंशियल, इसी के साथ साथ डिलेड वर्किंग देखने को मिलता है। एरिया कम है तो डेवलपमेंट प्रोग्राम जो प्लानिंग है उसमें कहीं ना कहीं टाइम एक्सपैंड हो जाता है, लोगों को सर्विसेज टाइम पे नहीं मिलती हैं तो वो एजिटेटेड हो जाते हैं। सोसाइटी के लेवल पे एक्सेप्टेंस जो है इतने इजीली इतने जल्दी देखने को नहीं मिलता है। वाटर शॉर्टेज इज अ वेरी ग्रेव इशू। अगर हम ग्रीन इंफ्रा की बात करते हैं तो ग्रीन इंफ्रा को मेंटेन करने के लिए वाटर की ज़रूरत भी बढ़ जाती है। तो इन सारे लिमिटेशंस के साथ अभी लॉन्ग रन में जो इंदौर म्युनिसिपल कॉर्पोरेशन है वो अभी वर्क कर रही है, बहुत सारे सिग्निफिकेंट चीज़ें अचीव कर ली हैं। एट द सेम टाइम आगे और भी लॉन्ग टर्म इम्पैक्ट के लिए उनको ज़रूरत है, इसलिए फ्यूचर विजन के साथ इंदौर अभी वर्क कर रहा है। एट द सेम टाइम इंदौर के साथ साथ अगर बहुत सारी सिटीज इन सारे प्लान्स को इनकॉर्पोरेट करेंगी तो वी कैन श्योरली अटेन एनवायरमेंट सस्टेनेबिलिटी। थैंक यू।
Thank you, Sakshi. And with this, we are moving towards our next presenter. The next presenter in the list is, first of all, I would like to call Anjali Singh Yadav. Are you ready now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Anjali, you can start your presentation.
Good afternoon, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes, yes.
My topic is I am Anjali Singh Yadav, research scholar, Dr. Hari Singh Gaur University, Sagar, Madhya Pradesh. My research topic is cultural heritage and tourism potential in Chhatarpur district of Madhya Pradesh. मेरा Just a minute, ma'am. सबसे पहले हम इंट्रोडक्शन की बात करेंगे, जिसमें सबसे पहले बताया गया है कि टूरिज्म कहते किसे हैं। तो जब हम अपने यूजुअल एनवायरनमेंट से कम 24 घंटे और ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा 1 साल तक के लिए अपने यूजुअल एनवायरनमेंट को छोड़कर जाते हैं, तो उसे हम टूरिज्म की एक प्रॉपर डेफिनेशन या कॉन्सेप्ट कह सकते हैं। हम बात करेंगे कल्चर की, जिसमें कल्चर मतलब किसी भी व्यक्ति के जीवन जीने का जो तरीका होता है, जिसमें जन्म से लेकर अंत तक की लाइफ के पैटर्न्स, जिसमें हम अपना जीवन जीते हैं, उस किस प्रकार से जीते हैं उसको शामिल किया जाता है। जब हम कल्चरल हेरिटेज की बात करते हैं तो सबसे पहले उसमें जो हमारे पूर्वजों से हमें जो विरासत मिली हुई है उसको हम चाहे वो हमारे लोकल कुजीन हो सकता है, कोई हेरिटेज हमारे स्मारक हो सकते हैं, टेम्पल्स हो सकते हैं, और जो हमारे लिटरेचर हो सकता है, कोई डांस, जैसे हम जो हमारे पूर्वज हमारे करते रहे हैं वो हमारी विरासत कहलाती है, जिसके लिए हमें प्रिजर्व करने की जरूरत होती है। बहुत सारी स्टडीज हुई हैं जो कल्चरल हेरिटेज पर, छतरपुर के कल्चरल हेरिटेज पर हुई हैं, जिसमें नीलम एक स्कॉलर हैं, उन्होंने कल्चरल हेरिटेज और बुंदेलखंड की बात की है, जो उत्तर प्रदेश का बुंदेलखंड है, जिसमें चित्रकूट शामिल है। उसके बाद जो मिश्रा सर हैं, उन्होंने भी टूरिज्म ऑफ मध्य प्रदेश की इकोनॉमी में कैसे कंट्रीब्यूट कर रहा है टूरिज्म सेक्टर, उस पर बात की है। वैसे ही स्लाइड, जब हम वर्ल्ड सिनेरियो की बात करेंगे तो जो सबसे जो हम वर्ल्ड में सबसे ज्यादा जो टूरिस्टर आते हैं वो फ्रांस, स्पेन, यूएसए, टर्की, इटली, जो टॉप 10 मोस्ट विजिटेड कंट्रीज हैं, जो UNWTO 2023 का जो डेटा है। और इंडिया में जो मोस्ट अराइवल आए हुए हैं वो सबसे ज्यादा यूएसए, बांग्लादेश, यूनाइटेड किंगडम्स। वैसे ही स्टेट और यूटीज की बात करें तो गुजरात, महाराष्ट्र, बंगाल, इनमें फॉरेन टूरिस्टर सबसे ज्यादा आए हुए हैं, क्योंकि गुजरात में स्टैच्यू ऑफ यूनिटी की वजह से। और जो डोमेस्टिक टूरिज्म है इंडिया का ही, वो है सबसे ज्यादा गए हुए हैं वो साउथ इंडियंस, जो साउथ स्टेट्स हैं उसमें, और उत्तर प्रदेश में जो हमारा अयोध्या का मंदिर है, इस वजह से 2023 में सबसे ज्यादा टूरिस्टर आए हुए हैं। जब हम छतरपुर की बात करते हैं तो वहाँ पे ऐसे बहुत सारे स्मारक हैं, जैसे बहुत सारे किले हैं, टेम्पल्स हैं, जिनमें, और बक्सवाहा रॉक एक आर्ट है वहां पे जो बहुत पुरानी है। जैसे धुबेला एक म्यूजियम है जो महाराजा छत्रसाल का, उसमें महाराजा से संबंधित चीजों को रखा गया है, जो एक प्राउड फील करने की बात है। और जो नैनागिरी जैन टेम्पल्स हैं, जो जहाँ पे भगवान मतलब जैन धर्म के तीर्थंकरों से संबंधित चीजों को सम्मिलित करके या उनके साहित्य को सजोया गया है। और जो एक जो प्लेगरिज्म टूरिज्म के अंतर्गत रख सकते हैं बागेश्वर धाम, जो हमारे छतरपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट का एक मेन है, जहाँ पे रिसेंटली बहुत सारे लोगों ने विजिट किया है। और जो एक यहाँ का भीमकुंड, यहाँ का जो एक वाटर टैंक है, जिसमें जो भूवैज्ञानिक हैं उन्होंने उसकी गहराई का पता लगाने का काम किया है। फिर भी अभी इसका सबसे रहस्यमय ये है कि जब कोई भी आपदा या डिजास्टर कोई आता है तो इसमें पहले से ही मतलब संकेत मिल जाते हैं, इसका जल स्तर बढ़ जाता है। जब हम टूरिज्म के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स की बात करेंगे तो मेरे जो पेपर के ऑब्जेक्टिव्स थे वो टू अंडरस्टैंड द रीजन करेंट स्टेटस को मुझे बुंदेलखंड के, मैंने यहाँ सॉरी छतरपुर के देखा, और जो वहाँ यहाँ पे जो चैलेंजेस,
Anjali, please conclude. Your time limit is exceeding.
यस, मैं जो नीति आयोग रिपोर्ट 2016 की जो रिपोर्ट है उसमें छतरपुर डिस्ट्रिक्ट को एक टूरिज्म पोटेंशियल के रूप में देखा गया है। और जिसमें मतलब जो यहाँ की जो एग्रीकल्चर और जो इंडस्ट्री निग्लेजिबल है उसके विकल्प में टूरिज्म सेक्टर एक महत्वपूर्ण विकल्प बन सकता है यहाँ के स्थानीय लोगों के लिए। और यहाँ पे जो गवर्नमेंट पॉलिसीज हैं जिसमें कल्चरल हेरिटेज की जो हेरिटेज सर्किट के अंतर्गत खजुराहो को शामिल किया गया है, उससे एक प्रॉपर, जिसमें अभी रिसेंटली पिछले साल लगभग 3 लाख से ज्यादा लोग खजुराहो घूमने आए हुए थे। वहीं साथ ही दुवेला म्यूजियम भी उन्होंने विजिट किया था। और जो हमारी जो ये रिसर्च होगी, ये कोई भी पॉलिसी प्लानर या सोशल वर्कर, रिसर्चर या गवर्नमेंट के लिए एक प्राइमरी डेटा भी प्रोवाइड करवा सकता है। हमने जो अपना टॉपिक बनाया हुआ है उसमें ये पेपर में हमने उनको प्राइमरी डेटा कलेक्ट इंफॉर्मेशन दी जा सकती है। थैंक यू।
Thank you. Now we are moving towards the next presentation. Anjali Singh Yadav has briefly explained about her own region, about the tourism. So in the next list, we have Dr. Prabjeet Sandhu. Dr. Prabjeet Sandhu. Dr. Lakshmi Narayan. Dr. Lakshmi Narayan. Ritik Patel and Mohini Singh Yadav. Ritik Patel and Mohini Singh Yadav. Dr. Bailey Vincent. Dr. Bailey Vincent. Dr. Husna Khan. Dr. Husna Khan. Jain Vitika Anil.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Vitika.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So your topic is integrating sustainable practices in agriculture, the role of self-help groups in rural transformation, right?
Yes.
And you are research scholar at Political Science Department, Institute for Excellence in Higher Education, Bhopal. So Vitika, you can start your presentation.
Ma'am,
Yes,
my
your presentation
screen
is visible. Yes, screen is visible and you are audible.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Vitika Jain, and I belong to Bhopal district of Madhya Pradesh. My topic for presentation is integrating sustainable practices in agriculture, the role of self-help groups in rural transformation. I will be presenting this paper and co-authored with Dr. Indu Pandey. So before starting with the presentation, I would like to briefly introduce what SHGs are, what are self-help groups. It's a very small voluntary association of rural poor, especially women, who voluntarily come together from homogeneous socioeconomic background, and they promote small savings. They pull up a fund from their hard-earned income, and they keep the savings with the bank in the name of self-help group. So this approach not only benefits the mobilization of savings credit facility, but will also help in financial inclusion, as well as it will elevate the standard of living of the rural society. This concept was brought about live by the Nobel laureate Professor Muhammad Yunus in Bangladesh as a Bangladesh Grameen Bank. So this concept was started there. Coming to what is sustainable agriculture, in layman language, it is basically a set of farming practice that aims to meet our current needs without compromising the needs of future generation. So this eco-friendly farming method tries to find a good balance between the need for production and the preservation of ecological system within the environment. But the question is why it is so important. What are the benefits of it? Firstly, sustainable agriculture will promote long-term food production while minimizing the negative impacts on the environment. Secondly, it uses less pesticides, industrial fertilizers, or any other synthetic inputs. So this in turn will cause less water pollution, less erosion, therefore less exposed to chemicals. If we talk historically, food production and livestock was raised with very little attention paid to how farming practices are impacting the environment. During the Green Revolution of 1960s, farmers used a lot of pesticides and fertilizers to produce larger crop yields because of the ever-growing demand, because of the ever-growing population. Now, this led to the entrance of new chemicals in the environment that were leaving negative impacts. So then comes the emergence of SHGs, NGOs, environmentalists who raised the question about environment and the negative impacts on it. So SHGs, guided and supported by many NGOs and government schemes that promote sustainable agriculture, helped in this field. The question is, how are SHGs promoting sustainable agriculture? First would be access to knowledge and training. By educating them, by creating awareness. The SHGs are trying to create a series of interactive workshops and detailed training sessions designed specifically for the farmers. Now, these sessions will cover a wide variety of topics, including farming practices, using soil health management techniques, crop rotation, water management techniques, etc. So the first would be education and awareness. Second would be skill enhancement. Now, skill enhancement, SHGs also prioritize skill development by providing farmers with the necessary knowledge and inputs about adopting these practices. Next would be financial support. Now, monetary support is something very vital for the farmers who actually aspire to shift towards sustainable practices, because SHG play a huge role in the process of providing micro loans to their members, small loans to their members. And these small loans enable the farmers to make important investment in organic seeds, promoting biodiversity and improving the soil health. So basically, farmers can acquire natural fertilizers that will enhance the soil fertility. Next would be advocating the policies that support sustainable agriculture. Now, SHGs can act as a pressure group. They can influence the government policies to shape their policies in a way that support sustainable practices. Actually, they can articulate the collective interest of the farmers. They can influence government initiatives to enhance the support for sustainable practices. So there are few government initiatives for promoting sustainable agriculture, like Pradhan Mantri Krishi Sinchai Yojana. This aims to provide irrigation facilities and promote efficient water usage in agriculture, leading to higher crop productivity. So this was launched by the Union government on 1st of July 2015 with the motto Har Khet Ko Pani. This was the
Vitika, you have 1 minute to conclude.
Yes, ma'am. Another initiatives are soil health card. This initiative tells about the nutrient status of the soil. Then there's PM Fasal Bima Yojana, which offers insurance coverage and monetary support to farmers. Other than that, there are few challenges faced by the members of SHG regarding promotion of sustainable agriculture. First would be resistance to change. Now, it is not very easy for the farmers to switch from conventional farming practices to modern farming practices because people resist the changes. So it is important to create awareness, because there's lack of awareness among the farmers as well regarding the benefits of sustainable agriculture. Next would be stiff competition, because small farmers find themselves at a very disadvantaged position when competing with the broader markets because of poor marketing strategy. So they need a strong branding, they need visually appealing packaging, they need quality control. These are very crucial elements that their products will stand out in the store. Other than this, there are a few suggestions that they need a strong awareness campaign. We need a strong holistic community-driven approach. They need financial support. So the government institutions and financial institutions should also offer some kind of subsidies or incentives to elevate the risk associated with switching from conventional to modern practices. And there's market development, because government need to provide platforms to SHGs by which they can promote their organic products in exhibitions, in the trade fairs and hearts and melas. For the conclusion, I would say there's no denying the fact that Indian government offers variety of well-defined programs and policies to address every problem. The only point is smooth implementation of this program is the key to the success and solution. By this, I end my PPT. Thank you for listening, and thank you for the opportunity, ma'am.
Thank you, Vitika, for your elaboration. And the next speaker in the list is Sangeeta Rajaram Kadam.
Yes, ma'am, I'm present.
Okay, your topic is impact of tourism and recommendations for sustainable tourism. Your research scholar and assistant professor, Nirmala Institute of Education, Altino, Panjia, Goa.
Yes, ma'am.
Ma'am, you can start your presentation. You
Yes,
are
ma'am.
audible and your screen is visible.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to talk about Goa, impact of tourism and recommendations for sustainable tourism. So Goa, as you all know, it is India's smallest state, attracts millions of tourists annually with its pristine beaches, historical landmarks, and unique cultural blend of Indian and Portuguese heritage. This paper examines the impact of tourism in Goa, a state renowned for its beaches, cultural heritage, and vibrant nightlife. So, the scope of this article is to explore tourism's economic, environmental, and socio-cultural impact on Goa. It evaluates how tourism influences the livelihood of locals, infrastructure development, and the state's ecological balance. The objective of my study is to analyze the economic impact of tourism in Goa, to examine the environmental challenges imposed by tourism, to evaluate socio-cultural effects of tourism on local communities, and to suggest suitable tourism strategies for the long-term benefit of Goa. So these are a review of literature. I have noted here a few. Natasha Bremer and John Beach's book, Use and Abuse of Tourism, 2004. They have explored about environmental depletion. What they have found is environmental depletion, commodification of local culture, crime, and the rise in consumption of drugs are the features of characteristics of unbounded tourist growth. Then Shalini Sharma, she has highlighted upon iron ore, and that has impacted negatively on Goa, such as deforestation, soil erosion, and water pollution. So this study highlights the alarming decline of marine biodiversity and pollution of beaches due to improper waste disposal. Destination Life Cycle and Assessment, study of Goa tourism industry by Smita Bandare Kamath, 2010. She said there is a necessary to have a better planning for village tourism. Then another thesis, PhD doctoral thesis, Managing Tourism Development in Goa through Sustainable Tourism by Carmelita Di Mello. What she examined was the challenges and prospects of implementing sustainable tourism practices in Goa. She has also realized that commercialized version of traditional cultural customs that cater to the taste of tourists frequently take their place. So this cultural dance practice and the folk dance that we have, that has taken the turn of commercialization. And then Goa's hospitality industry by Nigel Barreto in 2023. He says this industry has shown resilience with hotel demand and room rates have significantly increasing, and all the rates, all these tourists they have come across, what their comments are like, it is very expensive to visit Goa because the rates have been increasing everywhere, whether it is lodging or food or clothing or everything, anything to be purchased. So it urges also the strategic planning, stakeholders cooperation, and more study in this field. So the methodology that I have adopted is quantitative data that was collected from Government Tourism Department, Employment Statistic and Economic Survey to understand the tourism financial contribution and challenges. And the qualitative insights were like interviews and a few tourist views, and then business owners, policy makers to gather the information. Then the case studies of a successful sustainable tourism project in Goa were analyzed. So these are my objective, and objective-wise analysis was made. That is economic impact of tourism, environmental challenges. These were my main objectives. And what is seen is economic impact. What is the economic impact of tourism on Goa was revenue generation. It generated revenue. It significantly contributed Goa's GDP, provided revenue through accommodations, restaurants, transportation, casino, and other services. It provided employment opportunities in job sectors like hospitality, travel, and retail benefit locals. It boosted local businessmen. Like at the beach side, beach shacks, you will find handicraft shops, you will find adventure tourism thrive due to tourist spending. Then economic over dependence, over reliance on tourism makes the local economy vulnerable to fluctuations caused by global crisis or off peak seasons. It has increased cost of living. Also, the influx of tourists has driven up property prices and the living cost, affecting affordability for the locals. Even when we know that Goans are fish eaters, but then for us also it is very costly affair to buy fish, because this fish are going for no, in the large quantity they sell it for hotels, hotel industry. So that is the reason the price are increasing. Even coconuts and all other required commodities, the prices have been hiked. The environmental challenges that because of the tourism we are facing is coastal erosion, unregulated construction at a coastal side, and tourism activities contribute to beach degradation and erosion. Waste management issue has come up because in the sea water or anywhere, it is seen that the papers are thrown here and there, disposal, littering, and pollution in the natural environment. Then loss of biodiversity, overdevelopment of tourist areas has encroached upon fragile ecosystem, threatening flora and fauna. Then water scarcity is found because tourism-related infrastructure demands large amount of water, straining local resources. Even these casinos and all, they release their sewage water in our marine water. So that is the reason everything everywhere is polluted. Noise and air pollution activities like parties, vehicle emissions, and the tourism related traffic disrupts the local environment. The accidents and overriding and all those issues have spoiled the peace of Goa. Then social cultural impact, cultural
Ma'am, please
commodification.
conclude.
Yes.
Sangeeta ma'am, please conclude.
Yes, sure. Yeah. I'll just mention the points. Social cultural impact, cultural commodification has happened. Social changes have been taking place. Increased crime and substances abuse have been increased recently on New Year. This incident has happened. Community marginalization, cultural exchange. So these are the findings that its unregulated growth has resulted in significant environmental and social cultural challenges. And I do recommend that adopting sustainable tourism practices can mitigate the negative impacts of tourism. Initiatives such as ecotourism, waste management system, and community-based tourism can preserve Goa's resources while promoting responsible travel. So tourism in Goa is at crossroads. To sustain its growth and minimize negative impacts, the state must adopt a balanced approach. Thank you very much. Thank you, organization, for giving me the opportunity. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
And we have a request. So I would like to say that one of our contestants is the name is Iliru Vandana, right?
Yes, ma'am. Can you hear me?
Vandana,
Yes, ma'am.
your turn was already previously. I have already announced your names, but you were not there. Your topic is Green Packaging Revolution, Exploring Consumer Attitudes Towards
Ma'am.
Sustainability. And you are
Ma'am.
student PGDM Marketing, Siva
Yes, ma'am.
Sivani Institute of Management, Telangana.
Ma'am, sorry to interrupt you. Sorry to
Yes.
interrupt you. I am Saloni.
Next,
Yes.
after Sangeeta madam, if Vandana ma'am do not have any problem, can I please present earlier? And after me, if you can present.
Actually, Vandana ma'am has requested because she is a research scholar and has presentation at 3.
Actually, the same problem goes
And
with me,
it will
madam.
take only
It's
5
okay,
minutes.
ma'am. It's okay,
So
ma'am.
I request you
Okay.
to please wait.
Okay, okay, ma'am. Okay.
Yes, Vandana, you can start and you can finish it in brief.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, your screen is visible and you are audible.
Okay. 1 minute, ma'am.
Yes, Vandana.
1 minute, 1 minute.
If your presentation is not working, you can start without presentation also.
Okay, okay. Yeah, good afternoon, ma'am. Yeah, I'm a
Good afternoon.
consultant from the College of Civil Institution of Management, whereas my title is
Yes, Vandana, you can start. Yes, Vandana, unmute yourself.
Yeah, good afternoon. Good afternoon. Sorry for the inconvenience, ma'am. Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm Vandana from Civil College of Institution from Hyderabad. Whereas my title is Green Packaging Revolution, Exploring Consumer Attitudes Towards the Sustainability. First, I would like to inform that about the introduction of the green packaging and how it related to the sustainability. Sustainability is becoming a more important issue in the modern world as environmental awareness and climate change is developed. And whereas about green packaging, I would like to say about the definition of the green packaging. Green packaging is one of the most environmentally friendly practices that have gained worldwide attention towards sustainability. Whereas the green packaging revolution also includes consumer attitudes towards sustainability, and it means that the practice or the action of the use of more environmentally friendly materials and designs with a more friendly processing method and one. It also means that the consumer perceptions, attitudes, and behaviors about green packaging and uh, how these attributes are future open to the sustainable world. And the and and I also mentioned about the benefits of the green packaging. What are the products that we can make from the green packaging? Mm. Whereas the benefits of the green packaging reduces waste and pollution, and also conserves natural resources, lowers greenhouse gas emissions during production and transportation. Whereas economic advantages are long-term cost savings through material efficiency, enhances brand reputation by appealing to environmentally conscious consumers. And it's also related to the health and safety, where reduces exposure to harmful chemicals for both consumers and as well as the workers, promotes a healthier environment for future generations, and where regulatory compliance needs or exceeds increasing environmental regulations and standards. Now I would like to say about the literature review, where I have taken five as my literature review, where one literature review deals with the consumer behaviors related to the packaging and their attitudes towards environment. And whereas other one I have taken as social determinants of environmental concern, specification and test of the model. How this model is related to my research, these I have taken source from this article. And this model in 1989 worked by Samdal and Robertson is a study that attempts to understand the antecedents of people's environment concern. And other literature review have taken as consumers' attitude towards sustainable food products. Example, in ingredients versus packaging. There it determines both the article consumers' attitude towards sustainable food products and also packaging. And the other literature review are taken as environmental concern, the development of a niche. There in this article, they focused on producing a trustworthy and valid instrument to scale rather than testing a theoretical given model using a large population sample. And among all the 5 articles, this article is well suited to my research article, where it has influence of green behavior and purchase intention of to retrieve the number of respondents and the methodology used specifically. Now I would like to say about the research methodology, where the need for this study is testing the beliefs in green products, green values, and attitudes towards green behavior. And it's also linked to the consumer behaviors with sustainable development goals of SDG 12, responsible consumption and production. Whereas the scope of the study is what consumers believe and perceive about green products according to their attitudes and behavioral effects. In their green values, how environmental values affect attitude and buying behaviors of the consumers. And I also brought the information from different sources. Whereas one is Google Scholar, EBSCO app, research data, and OpenAI. And my sample design, the purposeful sampling method was I have taken for the study of the respondents. This was based on employment of consumers, individually aged 18 to 30 years in 2024. Whereas my sample size is, I have taken 106 as fairly respondents, and I have used the primary data. Primary data was a tool adapted survey questionnaire. I have plotted the questionnaire in which there are the attributes in which questionnaire I have included the attributes of willingness to pay, purchase intention, environmental concern, attitude, and purchase intention. And the target population I chosen was 18 to 30 years in 2024, employed and identified as likely being able to expose oneself to sustainable and green products.
Vandana, 1 minute for conclusion.
Okay. And the main I have taken objectives as to investigate the relation between attitudes toward green behavior and intention to buy green products, recognizing how far the consumer is aware or understanding green packaging as a significant measure to the establishment of sustain. These are the objectives I have taken among all the research, and I have done the regression process. And the attributes I have included are environmental concern, attitude, subjective norms, purchase intention, willingness to pay, purchase behavior control. I've done the regression analysis. Dependent variable I have taken as environmental concern, and remaining are independent variables. Among all that, and the conclusion I want to say is that the features that include increased much research on the green purchase intentions and behavior of also have been indicated. Most of the respondents constant the young and adult age between 20 to 30 years, the relative percent of 86.8%. Generally, almost half of the participants, 53.8% possess professional qualification. Unmarried males constitute the majority, 71.7% of the total respondents, while half, 50% range between 30,000 to 60,000, which could further indicate that response are moderately affluent. This study that suggests that development of targeted strategies for tackling the environmental values, behavior control, and collective attitudes of consumers that may reinforce green purchasing trends in compliance with sustainable goals. Whereas this results reveal a very strong association of perceived behavior control with the green purchase behavior, implying that any individual with a good amount of control over his actions be included to undergo those practices, which tend to be green. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vandana.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, the next presenter in the list we have Saloni Pandey and Anita
Yes, ma'am.
Deshpande.
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
Saloni Pandey. Your topic is
Yes, ma'am.
Sustainable Waste Management System in Bhopal under Smart City Mission for Climate Resilient Urban Planning. And you are research scholar, Political Science Department, and Professor, Political Science Institute for Excellence in Higher Education.
Yes, ma'am.
And I request you to please start your presentation.
Ma'am, if my slides are visible.
Yes, your slides are visible, but very small.
Uh, just a second, ma'am.
Okay, much better.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, if they are visible now.
Yeah, visible. Okay, you can start.
Okay, so a very good afternoon, everyone. Myself, Saloni Pandey. I am a PhD scholar under Political Science Department, Institute for Excellence in Higher Education under Dr. Anita Deshpande. I am from Bhopal, Madhya Pradesh, and my title of the paper is Sustainable Waste Management System in Bhopal under Smart City Mission for Climate Resilient Urban Planning. My paper focuses on environmental sustainability where waste management nowadays is one of the emerging issue. I am here focusing on Bhopal. As we all know, Bhopal is one of the fastest growing capital in India, along with one of the cleanest capital in India. अगर आप भोपाल के बारे में और भी जानते हैं तो भोपाल को सिटी ऑफ लेक्स भी कहा जाता है, काफी खूबसूरत है, पर ये खूबसूरती में कहीं ना कहीं जो वेस्ट है, जो गंदगी है, वो इस पर एक दाग लगा देता है। तो इस वेस्ट को कैसे मैनेज किया जाए, इसको आज के हमारे इस डिस्कशन में या इस पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन के थ्रू मैं आपके साथ में डिस्कस करना चाहूंगी। आप एक पिक्चर अगर मेरी स्लाइड में देख पा रहे होंगे तो ये भोपाल के भानपुर खंती की है, जहां पर 1970 से वेस्ट को कलेक्ट करना स्टार्ट किया गया था और ये बढ़ते बढ़ते एक वेस्ट का पहाड़ बन गया था, जहां से गुजरना भी नामुमकिन जैसा दिखाई देता था। लेकिन भोपाल नगर निगम ने इनिशिएटिव लेकर इसे एक पार्क में जो है या एक पिकनिक स्पॉट में डेवलप कर दिया है बाय साइंटिफिक क्लोजर टेक्निक। तो स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के अंदर जो हमारा वन ऑफ द इम्पोर्टेंट टॉपिक वो वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम भी है, सस्टेनेबल वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम है, क्योंकि अर्बनाइजेशन के साथ में जिस तरह से सिटीज पर प्रेशर बढ़ रहा है, वेस्ट भी एक बहुत ही इम्पोर्टेंट प्रेशर क्रिएट करता है। स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन भोपाल के अंडर सस्टेनेबल वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में हमारा जो एम है वो है मिनिमाइजिंग एनवायरमेंटल इम्पैक्ट, इम्प्रूविंग पब्लिक हेल्थ एंड प्रमोटिंग रिसोर्स एफिशिएंसी। यहाँ पर हम फोकस करें कि किस तरह से मॉडर्न टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज करके कम्युनिटी पार्टिसिपेशन के साथ एक इको फ्रेंडली एनवायरनमेंट या एक ग्रीनर सिटी हम लोग क्रिएट करें, जिसमें हमारा की इनिशिएटिव है सेग्रीगेशन एंड कलेक्शन, जिसमें हम सोर्स सेग्रीगेट करते हैं, यानी हम वेस्ट को सेग्रीगेट करते हैं। आपने सुना होगा सूखा कचरा, गीला कचरा, इस तरह से अलग करके डोर टू डोर उसको कलेक्ट करना, ये हमारी जिम्मेदारी है। इसी के साथ में हम इसमें टेक्नोलॉजी को यूज कर रहे हैं, जैसे इंटरनेट ऑफ थिंग्स, जीपीएस जिस व्हीकल्स में लगा रहे हैं, और आईसीसीसी या इंटीग्रेटेड कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर, एमपी गवर्नमेंट ने इंडिया का पहला इंटीग्रेटेड कमांड एंड कंट्रोल सेंटर भोपाल में ओपन किया, और यहाँ से जो हमारे बैक ऑफिस में लोग बैठे हुए हैं वो पूरी सिटी के ऑपरेशंस पे, उसके इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर पर कमांड कर सकते हैं। पब्लिक अवेयरनेस है, हम किस तरह से लोगों को इस टास्क में अवेयर करें, क्योंकि वेस्ट जो है वो एक कहीं ना कहीं ह्यूमन रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटी है, ह्यूमन एक्टिविटी का ही रिजल्ट है। तो उसको रिड्यूस, रीयूज, रिसाइकल कैसे किया जा सकता है। प्लास्टिक बैग्स हैं, कैसे वो हमारे लिए हार्मफुल है, तो ये इसका एक एग्जाम्पल हो सकता है कि प्लास्टिक बैग्स हमारे लिए हार्मफुल है तो हम उसको यूज ना करें। तो पब्लिक को अवेयर करना, उनको पार्टिसिपेट करवाना, वेस्ट से एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करना, रिसाइकल करना, रिसोर्स करना। भोपाल में एक बायोगैस प्लांट बनाया गया है, जहां पर जो म्युनिसिपल सॉलिड वेस्ट होता है उसे डेली हम लोग जो है उससे बायोगैस प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हैं और फिर उससे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेट कर रहे हैं, जिससे भोपाल का एक एरिया है बिट्टन मार्केट, वहां की स्ट्रीट लाइट्स को हम लोग जो है लाइटन अप कर रहे हैं। अगर प्रेजेंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की बात करें भोपाल में, तो हमारे पास में 600 GPS इनेबल्ड वेस्ट कलेक्शन व्हीकल्स हैं, ट्रांसफर स्टेशन हैं जहां पर ये सारा कचरा लेके जाया जाता है, वहां पर इसको सेग्रीगेट किया जाता है, लॉजिस्टिक्स यूज किए जाते हैं, कंपोस्टिंग यूनिट है, सेंट्रलाइज्ड और डिसेंट्रलाइज्ड। हमने भोपाल के लोगों को सिखाया है कि वो किस तरह से अपने घर में जो भी वेस्ट है उससे मैन्योर या ऑर्गेनिक तरीके से खाद बना सकते हैं, उसको घर में ही यूज कर सकते हैं। इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर में मटेरियल रिकवरी फैसिलिटीज हैं, लैंडफिल साइट्स हैं जिनको साइंटिफिकली डेवलप किया गया है। उसमें जो मैंने आपको भानपुर खंती का एग्जाम्पल दिया है, ये वन ऑफ द बेस्ट एग्जाम्पल है। अगर हम बात करें इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर की, तो बहुत सी गाइडलाइंस हैं। आप अगर फोटो देख पा रहे होंगे स्लाइड में, तो हमारे पूर्व मुख्यमंत्री जी हैं मध्य प्रदेश के, जो किस तरह से स्वच्छता अभियान पर पुरजोर दे रहे हैं और ये बता रहे हैं कि भोपाल में ही नहीं पूरे भारत में ही स्वच्छता बहुत ज्यादा जरूरी है। अगर हम सस्टेनेबिलिटी चाहते हैं, इन्वायरमेंटल सस्टेनेबिलिटी चाहते हैं, या चाहे हम टूरिज्म को भी बढ़ावा देना चाहें, तो टूरिज्म में भी वेस्ट जो है वो एक बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम है, उसको हम यहाँ से जो है करेक्ट कर सकते हैं। इसमें हमने स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन को कैसे इंटीग्रेट किया, तो उसके लिए हम लोग ने हॉट स्पॉट्स बनाए हैं जो कि लैंडफिल कैपेसिटी को मॉनिटर करता है। अगर आप पिक्चर देख पाएं तो ये इंटीग्रेशन है, पूरा ICCC है। यहाँ से बैठ के हम पूरी सिटी के ऊपर कमांड कर सकते हैं, कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। यहाँ पर हमने साथ ही साथ में स्मार्ट बिन्स बनाए हैं जिनमें सेंसर लगे हुए हैं जो कि मॉनिटर करेंगे वेस्ट लेवल को और कब हमको उसको पिकअप करना है, कब हमको उसको डिकम्पोज करना है। ये सारी चीजें यहाँ से हम कर सकते हैं। मोबाइल एप्लीकेशंस हैं जहाँ पर सिटीजन के जो भी प्रॉब्लम्स हैं, जो भी ग्रीवेंसेस हैं, उनको रिड्रेस किया जाएगा। अब बात करें कि कैसे ये इन्वायरमेंट को सस्टेनेबल बना रहा है, तो इन्वायरमेंट को ये ऐसे सस्टेनेबल बना रहा है कि हम इसको क्लाइमेट रेसिलिएंट कर रहे हैं। हम यहाँ पे ग्रीन हाउस गैस एमिशंस को कंट्रोल कर रहे हैं, रिसोर्सेज को कंजर्व कर रहे हैं, रिड्यूस, रीयूज, रिसाइकिल की बात कर रहे हैं, अर्बन हेल्थ पर फोकस कर रहे हैं, और इन सारी चीजों से कहीं ना कहीं आने वाले समय में जो नेचुरल डिजास्टर्स के रिस्क हैं, हम उन्हें भी कंट्रोल करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं। कुछ केस स्टडीज हैं भोपाल, स्वीडन, इंदौर में जो अभी तक हुए हैं, जहां पर किस तरह से हमने वेस्ट को मैनेज किया। जैसे इंदौर में 0 वेस्ट अचीव किया, भोपाल में बायोगैस प्लांट लगाया, स्वीडन में हमने ग्लोबल एग्जाम्पल है जिन्होंने कार्बन वेस्ट प्रैक्टिसेस को बहुत ही ज्यादा, मतलब जो कार्बन है उसको बहुत ही ज्यादा कम करने की कोशिश की। तो एट लास्ट मैं कंक्लूड करना चाहूंगी कि भोपाल ने बहुत ही सिग्निफिकेंट प्रोग्रेस किया है वेस्ट मैनेजमेंट में स्मार्ट सिटी मिशन के अंदर, पर अभी और बहुत सी चीजों पर फोकस करने की जरूरत है, जैसे इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, टेक्नोलॉजी को इंटीग्रेट करना, ज्यादा से ज्यादा लोगों को इसमें पार्टिसिपेट करना और फंडिंग के ऊपर। इन सारी चीजों से हम ना केवल भोपाल बल्कि अपने देश को ही बहुत सुंदर बना पाएंगे, जो कि आने वाले कल के लिए, हमारी नेक्स्ट जनरेशन के लिए बहुत ही लाभदायक होगा। तो मैं आशा करती हूँ कि मेरी बात आप सभी को क्लियर हुई होगी, और थैंक यू सो मच मुझे सुनने के लिए और मौका देने के लिए। थैंक यू सो मच मैम, थैंक यू सो मच।
Thank you, Saloni Pandey. Now the next speaker in the list is Parnav Ghosh. Parnav Ghosh. Nagnath Mohan Govardkar. Nagnath Mohan Govardkar. Saraswati. Saraswati. Dr. Raju Shamrao. Dr. Raju Shamrao. Rohini Swapnil Dikhale, Rashmi Suhas Jape, and Dr. Shashikant Love. Rohini Swapnil Dikhale. Kirtankar Rajeshwar Vishwanath. Kirtankar Rajeshwar Vishwanath. Wagh Jeevan Kumar Shamrao. Wagh Jeevan Kumar Shamrao. Richa Sharma. Richa Sharma. Inga Statiashvili. Inga Statiashvili. Avinash Verma. Avinash Verma. Dr. Ashok Vittal Rao Bahurwag. Dr. Ashok Vittal Rao, Preeti Sharma, Dr. Murray Vijay Kumar Reddy, Dr. Murray Vijay Kumar Reddy. Yes, anyone present here? इनमें से कोई है जिनके अभी मैंने नाम लिए? And I'm getting a message that Suman Surendranath Sharma. Suman Surendranath Sharma, your name?
Then I'm traveling. I'm just reaching at my home. Then I'll take the presentation. Give me just 10 minutes, please. 10 minutes I want to reach my home. Actually, in a traveling, I cannot easy to give up my presentation. Hello?
Yes,
Hello,
yes,
ma'am.
I'm listening. Your voice is not clear actually.
That's why I'm saying, ma'am. I'm in traveling. Ma'am. Just 10 minutes, give me 10 minutes, I'm reaching my home. Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay. Okay, now I am announcing the names from the last session. Those who have not represented their presentation, those who have not given their presentation in the yesterday's session. I'm once again announcing the names. If anyone present, they can raise their hands or they can give their present in the voice mode. Halima Azra, Sachin Rao Govardhane, Dr. Sachin Ranu Govardhane, Dr. Mohan Arjun Vasve, Dr. Mohan Arjun Vasve, Aditya Kumar Binakia, Dr. Tripti Rastogi, Dr. Abit Patidar, Dr. Reena Gami, Dr. B.S. Sisodia, Dr. Meera Jamod.
मैडम नाम मत लीजिए, अगर कोई प्रेजेंट करना चाहता है तो वो अपना नाम बोल के कर सकते
आई
हैं।
होप कि कोई भूल ना जाए लिस्ट में से।
कोई दिक्कत नहीं, लिस्ट के हिसाब से अपना सारा हो गया। अगर लिस्ट में से जो ऐड है वो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकता है, जिसने कल भी नहीं दिया है और आज भी नहीं दिया है वो अपना प्रेजेंटेशन।
लेट मी नो योर नेम्स, यू कैन रेज योर हैंड्स।
आप अपना सीरियल नंबर बताइए और प्रेजेंटेशन दे सकते हैं।
यस, Rupam raised your hand, right? What is your serial number and the name? Your real name is Rupam, which is given in this?
यस मैम, मेरा नाम रूपम कोचरेकर है। 139 नंबर पे मेरा प्रेजेंटेशन, बट मुझे समझ नहीं आ रहा कि अभी था लिस्ट में या कल था।
ओके, 139 पे आज ही था और आप स्टार्टिंग के सेशन में शायद नहीं थे ज्वाइंट। रूपम कोचेकर, स्थिर पर्यटन अर्थव्यवस्था एवं पर्यावरणीय विकास में बहुविषयक अनुसंधान व सामुदायिक विकास की भूमिका। एंड यू आर रिसर्च स्कॉलर, देवी अहिल्या विश्वविद्यालय इंदौर। यू कैन स्टार्ट योर प्रेजेंटेशन।
ओके मैम, मैं अपना पीपीटी शेयर करती हूँ।
यस
मैम, क्या आप मेरा पीपीटी शेयर कर सकते हैं? मैंने आपको शेयर किया हुआ है।
ओके, यस सर, आर यू देयर फॉर शेयरिंग द पीपीटी? Yes. Wait for a minute. You can start your introduction after the PPT is... Okay, the PPT is already there. Right.
सबसे पहले सभी लोगों का नमस्कार। मैं पीएचडी स्कॉलर हूँ इंदौर देवी अहिल्या विश्वविद्यालय से, और मेरा टॉपिक है स्थिर पर्यटन अर्थव्यवस्था एवं पर्यावरण विकास में बहुविषयक अनुसंधान व सामुदायिक विकास की भूमिका। प्लीज नेक्स्ट। सबसे पहले सारांश की बात की जाए तो ये डेटा है जो हमारे यहाँ पे पर्यटन लोग आते हैं भारत में। तो 2023 का मेरे पास डेटा है जिसमें कि पूरे जो विश्व है उसमें हमारा जो भारत देश है वो 1.70% जो है हिस्सेदारी रखता है। और विश्व में जो हमारे देश का भारत देश का जो नंबर आता है 119 देशों में, वो पर्यटन क्षेत्र में 29वें स्थान पर है। प्लीज नेक्स्ट प्रस्तावना। पर्यटन को एक्चुअली हमारा जो भारत देश है वो पर्यटन के स्तर पे देखा जाए तो सबसे ही मतलब विश्व में एक अनोखी अपनी जो है पहचान रखता है। लेकिन अभी भी पर्यटन उतना नहीं है, कुछ कारण हैं जिसके कारण हम लोग है ना उस स्तर पर नहीं पहुंच पाए। अगर पर्यटन से अर्थव्यवस्था की बात की जाए तो ये द्वितीय क्षेत्र में भी आता है और इससे हमारे जो भारत अर्थव्यवस्था का जो विकास है वो अलग ही स्तर पर पहुंच सकता है अगर हम इस पे एक ध्यान दिया जाए तो। प्लीज नेक्स्ट। प्लीज नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। सबसे पहले धारणीय पर्यटन की बात की जाए। धारणीय पर्यटन का मतलब है कि हम पर्यटन को बढ़ावा देने के लिए, अर्थव्यवस्था को बढ़ावा देने के लिए जो हमारे रिसोर्सेस हैं, जो नेचुरल चीजें हैं, जो हमें मतलब हम उनको अगर जरूरत से ज्यादा ही इस्तेमाल कर लेंगे तो भविष्य में हमारा पर्यटन भी काम का नहीं रहेगा और अर्थव्यवस्था भी काम की नहीं रहेगी। तो सबसे पहले जरूरी है कि हमें हमारे जो पर्यावरण है उसको संरक्षित करने के साथ साथ ही हमारी जो इनकम है, उस सोर्सेस है उसको बढ़ाया जाए। और सामुदायिक विकास, क्योंकि हमारे यहाँ पे आज भी जो बड़े बड़े क्षेत्र हैं जहाँ पे पर्यटन होता है वहां पर तो डेवलपमेंट हो रहा है, गवर्नमेंट का प्रॉपर ध्यान है, जो हमारे जन भागीदारी है वहां पर बहुत अच्छी है। लेकिन कई ऐसे क्षेत्र हैं छोटे छोटे जो टेम्पल्स हैं और मतलब प्राचीन काल से जो कलाकृतियां हैं जो कि फॉरेनर्स को सबसे ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट करती है, बट प्रॉब्लम ये है कि वहां तक पहुंच नहीं है। कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स हैं जिसके कारण वहां तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हैं, तो उसको डेवलप करना जरूरी है। तथ्यों का संकलन, जो इस रिसर्च पत्र में मैंने तथ्यों का संकलन किया है वो द्वितीयक सोर्सेस से किया है। अधिकतर डाटा जो भारत पर्यटक सांख्यिकी है रिपोर्ट है उससे लिया गया है और फिर मध्य प्रदेश में जो पर्यटन है उसके सर्वेक्षण पर आधारित है। नेक्स्ट प्लीज नेक्स्ट स्लाइड। ये डेटा है, ये मध्य प्रदेश में जो पर्यटन है हमारा, जो फॉरेन जो आते हैं टूरिस्ट उनका डेटा है जो कि पिछले 5 साल का है। 2019 से 2023-24 में जो तो कोविड के टाइम पे कुछ उतार चढ़ाव हुए, लेकिन अभी हमारे यहाँ फिर से इसका बढ़ोतरी हो रही है और इसलिए हमें जरूरत है कि जो भी पर्यटन क्षेत्र है उनमें विकास किया जाए। नेक्स्ट, ये आंकड़ों से संबंधित कुछ बिंदु हैं।
Yes, please unmute yourself. Your voice is not coming, I think. Yes.
मैम स्लाइड शो नहीं हो रही है मुझे, सॉरी। अब आ चुकी है।
ओके।
निष्कर्ष कंक्लूजन मैम यही है कि बड़े बड़े क्षेत्रों में तो विकास हो रहा है, बट अगर छोटे छोटे क्षेत्रों को अगर हम भागीदारी में वहाँ के स्थानीय लोगों को लें तो ज्यादा आसान रहेगा। क्या मैं इसकी समस्याएं और समाधान वाली स्लाइड देख सकती हूँ जो पीछे है? प्लीज मैम। हाँ, एक बार और पीछे।
प्रीवियस स्लाइड दिखानी, प्रीवियस।
यस, हमारे समस्या है मैम। जी, हमारे यहाँ सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हमारे यहाँ पे जो क्राइम है अगेंस्ट द टूरिस्ट और जो आते हैं बाहर से विदेशी लोग, उनके मतलब उनको क्योंकि स्थानीय क्षेत्र की जानकारी नहीं होती है, तो सबसे बड़ी प्रॉब्लम उनकी सुरक्षा की हो जाती है। इसके लिए ज़रूरत है कि उनको सिर्फ ना कि आएँ, बल्कि वो यहाँ पर सेफ फील भी करें और अपने मन से कहीं भी घूम सकें। इसके लिए ज़रूरी है कि वो लोकल एरिया का डेवलपमेंट किया जाए, उनको अवेयर किया जाए, उनको उनकी जो भागीदारी है उसको सुनिश्चित किया जाए, ताकि उनको पता चले कि ये लोग हमारे लिए जो अतिथि हैं वो बहुत महत्वपूर्ण है, ताकि हम अपने जो भारत देश है उसको आगे भी पूरे वर्ल्ड में रिप्रेजेंट कर सकें और लोगों को बता सकें कि हमारे यहाँ पे टूरिस्ट के हिसाब से अगर किसी भी क्षेत्र में देखा जाए, चाहे वो आध्यात्मिक क्षेत्र में भी देखा जाए, तो भी हम मतलब जो फॉरेनर्स हैं हम उनको अट्रैक्ट करते हैं। और ये खूबी तो है, लेकिन कुछ कमियाँ यही हैं कि हम उनको पूरी तरीके से आमंत्रित नहीं, मतलब वो सुविधाएँ नहीं दे पा रहे हैं। ओके मैम, थैंक यू।
Yeah, hello, ma'am. Hello.
जी मैम। जी मैम।
Hello, ma'am. Are you there?
जी मैम। मैम आप
Hello. Another person also having unmute, so kindly just
हेलो।
unmute yourself.
Ma'am, you are muted. Please unmute yourself.
Okay. Yes, sorry. Rupam, mute yourself, and Pranav Ghosh, your hand is raised, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Pranav Ghosh, your number is
153, ma'am, I think.
yes, 153. Pranav Ghosh, Ecotourism and Education for the Sustainable Development. You are Assistant Professor Education, Department of Education, Panskura, Banamali College, Autonomous College. Okay. So you can start your presentation, Pranav, and you have
Yes,
5
ma'am.
minutes for it.
Okay, ma'am. Let me share my screen.
Sure.
I'm sorry to disturb you after this. Can I have this number, my presentation?
Yes, Suman, after this presentation, you can have your.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Ma'am, my screen is visible?
Yes, your screen is visible.
Okay, ma'am. Let me start my presentation. So my topic is ecotourism and education for a sustainable environment or sustainable development. First of all, I would like to introduce that the importance of ecotourism and environmental education. So what we want to do, that we need to develop our community. So ecotourism initiatives often empower local communities by providing economic opportunities and promoting sustainable livelihoods. And for this, we need to educate people, because ecotourism provides opportunities for visitors to learn about the environment, fostering a deeper understanding about the environment and appreciation for nature. And ecotourism also directly supports conservation efforts by generating revenue for protected areas and promoting sustainable practices. The impact of climate change and environmental degradation, we have already got some data from the secondary sources that 1.5 billion people have been affected, and 30% species are at risk, and 1.5 million lands are totally lost, and 400 million tons carbon dioxide have been sprayed in the environment. So climate change poses a serious threat to our planet, impacting the environment and its inhabitants. So a sustainable alternative is needed for such a ecotourism to spread our ecotourism impact in our environment. So we need to do the minimal impact on environment and preserving the natural resources and ecosystem. So and that should be the local benefits, and ecotourism directly benefits the local communities, supporting their livelihoods and cultural heritage. And there should be a responsible travel, because the travelers should be encouraged the responsible travel practices, fostering a sense of environmental stewardship among visitors. And if we see the principles of ecotourism, then we will see that minimizing the impact, because ecotourism prioritizes minimizing the environmental footprint through sustainable practices and responsible visitor behavior. And ecotourism also supports the local communities, the local people, because it takes the initiative to empower local communities by generating income, preserving the cultural heritage, and fostering environmental stewardship. So we have already seen that there are so many homestays and ecologies and green hotels in various parts of our country, that green hotels are becoming increasingly popular, offering the sustainable accommodations that minimize environmental impact while maximizing guest experiences. And these accommodations prioritize energy efficiency, water conservation, and waste reduction, often incorporating renewable energy sources and locally sourced materials. So, what kind of educational programs should be taken place? That environmental literacy, we need sustainable practices and conservation advocacy. So, because ecotourism initiatives inspire the individuals to become advocate for conservation, promoting sustainable practices and beyond their travels. And these practices actually will lead to the sustainability of the nature. So there is also, we need to spread the experiential learning, like what kind of things that immerse our natural those resources. The direct interaction with ecosystem and wildlife we need to do, and conservation awareness, understanding environmental challenges and solutions, and as well as local expertise is also a necessary factor. So guiding and sharing knowledge and cultural perspectives is also an important factor to protect our environment. So sustainable infrastructure, we need to do the renewable energy, waste management, and water conservation. That all these things we need to take care of. So and empowering the local communities. So I've already discussed that the local community should be encouraged, and they should come forward to protect their environment, their the atmosphere. So economic benefits and cultural preservation as well as community involvement are very important, because ecotourism provides income opportunities for local residents through jobs in hospitality, guiding, and other tourism-related sectors. And it also helps to the cultural preservation factors. By showcasing local traditions, arts, and crafts, ecotourism supports cultural heritage, preservation, and economic empowerment, as well as it also takes the initiative of an involved community participation in planning, management, and decision-making processes. So there are some challenges of ecotourism for maintaining sustainability, like balancing tourism with conservation, like maintaining a delicate balance between attracting visitors and preserving natural habitats is very crucial, as well as local community involvement is also very important. And if the community show the less interest about involving in the protecting their environment, then it will be very harmful for the atmosphere, for the environment. So sustainable infrastructure is also necessary, because investing in renewable energy, waste management, and water conservation is crucial for reducing the environmental impact on tourism. In conclusion, I would like to say that the future of ecotourism and environmental education is very important for people, because ecotourism offers a path towards a sustainable future, blending travel with environmental responsibility. So because it has the potential to transform tourism into a force for good, empowering local communities and fostering a deeper connection with nature. Thank you, ma'am, for giving the time and opportunity.
Thank you, Mr. Pranav. And next speaker is Suman, Miss. What is your serial number,
Yes, ma'am.
Suman?
Actually, ma'am, I didn't get my serial number, so kindly just tell me, because I'm just a bit confused.
Your serial number is which? I have to go through the whole list then again and again. Can you please tell me?
No, ma'am, actually, I was asking tomorrow, yesterday, but No one that given the number. Sorry for this, ma'am. Actually, I was giving a lots of message on that number, but it's still they're not giving my that number.
Suman, you are not in the list actually. I'm in the list which we have. Your
I
name is
already
not
just
there.
message to.
Yes, 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 Suman. Okay, you start presentation. I will confirm from them the like if there will be any problem in
Okay,
the
okay,
list.
ma'am. Okay,
Okay,
ma'am.
we will
Okay,
add
just
you.
I'm just
Yes,
sharing
you can
my
start.
that.
You can start.
Ma'am, is it visible?
Yes, it's visible.
My that presentation actually I'm just not reaching my visible. That's
Presentation is not visible.
Your
that's
screen
why
is
I'm
visible.
telling. Okay, now got it.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Now, travel is not just about the destination, but about the journey itself. So it is one of my favorite topic. That's why I took this subject, tourism. It is my that very emotional to connected with the journey. So my topic is the eco tourism. That is e-tourism. E-tourism is travel nothing to be have just without the planning. So it is a virtual planning of the e-tourism. Nowadays, we have the lots of virtual tourism, like what especially technology. Before that, if you're going Thailand, if you're going the Vietnam or any kind of the places which you like the most one, in before that you had to be prepare yourself. So now in your hand there is a one big one or the Google Baba is that Jay. So they each and everything slowly or they're having a full video of the any kind of the tourism is there. So in before that, first of all, everyone, good afternoon to everyone, respected teacher and my the fellow, those are my listening the things. I am Suman Sharma, and today I'm so excited to share my the topic. It is a reshaping the future of e-tourism because I it is my one of the my best subject. So I'll start my e-tourism design. The introduction of e-tourism is nothing but the what it is a digital platform. We can easy to have the lots of services, lots of traveling agencies, that customers are rating, that planning, booking, experience, everything. But nowadays, Insta is there, or the Google is there, Chat GPT is there. You can easy to have the word virtual. First, we had to be a virtual planning. Then you can easy to go anywhere without any of the disturbance. So, what is the e-tourism? E-tourism is nothing but what that involve the application, information and communication technology. Those who are the what tourism industry. मतलब हम क्या करते हैं start करते हैं कांटेक्ट करने के लिए टूरिज्म इंडस्ट्री से तो देर इज अ व्हाट ऑनलाइन बुकिंग इज देयर वर्चुअल टूर्स इज देयर डेस्टिनेशन मार्केटिंग इज देयर ट्रैवल फोरम इज देयर तो आराम से हम क्या कर सकते हैं इंटरेक्शन कर सकते हैं एंड दे गिविंग अ लॉट्स ऑफ अवर द डिस्काउंट so we can aram say what we can easy to enjoy that. So there is a some key features is there. Key features अब हमको ई tourism करना है तो ई tourism how to what make a lots of plan so online booking is there like a hotel flights tour other services is there. वर्चुअल टूर मतलब आप आराम से बैठ के मोबाइल पे पूरा पहले वर्चुअल देख सकते हो कि हाँ वियतनाम कैसा दिखता है थाईलैंड कैसे दिखता है तो इट इज अ वर्चुअल टूर तो वी कैन easy to enjoy that place also because you already imagine that visualization on your mind customizable travel package. Of course, numbers of the tourist agency is there. So easy to the what having a travel package is there. Next feature is social media integration. Yes, अब सोशल मीडिया इंटीग्रेशन का मतलब क्या होता है बहुत सारे इंस्टा पे वीडियोस अगर आप हमने एक वीडियो डाले तो उसके नंबर्स ऑफ व्यूज मिलेंगे आपको रिकमेंडेशन मिलेंगे आपको यहाँ ये शेयर करना चाहिए एक्सपीरियंस ये एक्सपीरियंस शेयर किया उन्होंने ताकि हम उस जगह पे क्या कर सकते हैं इंजॉय कर सकते हैं द नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज द मोबाइल असिस्ट नाउ इट इज मोबाइल असिस्ट इज वेरी इजी टू फॉर द ट्रेवलर कन्वीनियंस आराम से आप फोन पे बात कर सकते हो सारा इंफॉर्मेशन निकाल सकते हो एंड नेक्स्ट पॉइंट इज रिव्यूज एंड रेटिंग ऑफ कोर्स ये भी हमारे लिए बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट लगते हैं कि कौन से टूरिस्ट एजेंसी हमारे लिए कौन सा कितना बेहतरीन हमको रिव्यू दे सकती है और कितना रेटिंग उसके बेस पे व्हाट वी आर मेकिंग द स्टार्ट ऑफ द ई टूरिज्म नेक्स्ट पॉइंट है आपका बेनिफिट है यस ऑफ कोर्स बेनिफिट तो आजकल के इस टाइम में तो वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट एज पर कन्वीनियंस आप कभी भी कोई भी टाइम पे आप कॉल कर सकते हो बुकिंग ट्रैवल प्लान एज असीबल 24/7 नेक्स्ट पॉइंट, इट इज अ ग्लोबल रीच. यस, आप वर्ल्ड वाइड भी आप कर सकते हो, डोमेस्टिक इंजॉय भी कर सकते हो. कॉस्ट इफिशियंसी, ये आपके ऊपर है. कॉस्ट इफिशियंसी में आपका क्या रहेगा, आपके डोमेस्टिक में भी आप कर सकते हो. आपकी जिसे आपके बेस के ऊपर बजट है, वो बजट के ऊपर अगर सपोज आप 70,000 का बजट लेके जा रहे हो, तो वो आपको 70 का भी दिखाएंगे. अगर आप 50 के बजट पे जा रहे हो तो आपको केरला भी 50 में बजट में दिखा देंगे. अगर आपको 20 में भी केरला घूमना है तो 20 के बजट में भी आपको दिखा सकते हैं. So there is a very cost efficiency of the tourist that agency. After this, the personalized service. Yes, definitely they give you the what customer itineraries. अभी लास्ट टाइम आई वेंट द मनाली, तो उन्होंने पूरा हमको आइटनरीज बना के दिया था. आपका ये 1 डे यहाँ पे होगा, 2nd डे यहाँ पे होगा, 3rd डे यहाँ पे होगा. तो अभी हमको ज्यादा मतलब मेहनत करने की जरूरत नहीं पड़ती. तो ई टूरिज्म बहुत ही अच्छा है, ताकि प्रॉपर प्लानिंग बना सके हम, आइटनरी बना सके हम, और वो रियल टाइम पे वो अपडेट होने की पूरी वो कोशिश करते हैं. उसके बाद है ई टूरिज्म एंड द कस्टमर कंज्यूमर एक्सपीरियंस. ये बहुत अच्छा ये एक्सपीरियंस है रहा है मेरा. ई टूरिज्म रिवोल्यूशनाइज हाउ कंज्यूमर इंटरेक्ट विद द ट्रैवल सर्विसेज. हम लोग वैष्णो देवी भी गए थे, तो उसका बहुत अच्छा इंटरेक्शन था. जो हमारी टूरिस्ट एजेंसी थी, परचेज कोई भी चीज होती तो हम वहां से क्विकली कर सकते हैं. वहाँ के जो लोग रहते हैं बताते हैं ये मार्केट अच्छा है, ये मार्केट अच्छा है. So we can easy to enjoy that moment also. Now next one is about impact of the e-tourism platform. अभी उनका क्या है, ई टूरिज्म क्या हो रहा है, बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंस को भी गेन कर रहा है. नेक्स्ट वन, इट इज अ टाइप ऑफ द ई टूरिज्म प्लेटफॉर्म. अब यहाँ पे प्लेटफॉर्म में क्या है, जैसे आपकी ऑनलाइन ट्रेवल एजेंसी है, डेस्टिनेशन वेबसाइट है, ट्रैवलर ब्लॉग्स है, सोशल मीडिया है. तो दीज आर द ई टूरिज्म विच you can easy to convince and easy to what take a part in this, and you can enjoy your holidays. That's what very very important. अब जहाँ पे प्रॉज है वहां तो कौन से होंगे, तो बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस है. देखिए चैलेंजेस में क्या है, there is a some security definitely when you are passing some one to your personal data, so definitely security is definitely it is will be disclosed. Technical glitch, so many times it was happening my time. Overload of information, because the of course tourists get the lots of difficulties will be there when there is a overload information. लैक ऑफ द पर्सन इंटरेक्शन, जब तक हमारे साथ बातें नहीं होती तो हमारा पर्सन इंटरेक्शन भी नहीं होता है. बहुत जगह पे क्या होता है, पार्ट ऑफ हम वहाँ पे नहीं कर पाते हैं. तो मैं फाइनली कंक्लूड करना चाहूंगी. उसके पहले मेरे पास ये ई टूरिज्म की बहुत सारी सर्विसेज हैं. तो ये एक ग्लोबल है और एक यहाँ पे इंटरनेशनल है. तो देयर इज सो मेनी ट्रिप्स इज देयर. आपका मेक माई ट्रिप, it is the best one because I many times I just click on this make my trip before that. उसके बाद आपका है बेस्ट टूरिज्म इन ग्लोबल्स. तो फाइनली आई कंक्लूड दैट कि if you are going for the any tourist place, before that e-tourism is very important because it will be 100% virtual, what you're giving the full ideas where you go without any hesitation, without any fearness. एंड थैंक यू सो मच. बट लेकिन आपको मैं छोटी सी इन्फॉर्मेशन देना चाहूंगी कि ये 2 साइड है. जहाँ पे मैं रहती हूँ, जहाँ मेरा कॉलेज है, वहाँ पे उत्तन एरिया है, वहाँ पे उसको मिनी गोवा बोलते हैं. तो मिनी गोवा के लिए देर इज अ 10 प्लेसेस लाइक उत्तन बीच है, बेसिन फोर्ट है वहाँ पे, बोनावरे चर्च है, मनोरी बीच है, तुंगारेश्वर वाइल्ड लाइफ सेंचुरी है, ग्लोबल विपासना पगोड़ा है, एसल वर्ड एंड द वाटर किंगडम इज देयर, Vasai Creek and the Kandarpadi Village. So I just given the true information. If you definitely come that Mumbai side, so definitely you visit over there. So finally, I'll conclude and thank you so much for your listening my presentation. Thank you so much, everyone.
Thank you, Suman, for giving us the information about your seeing sites there, similar to Goa. We
Thank
will
you.
sure. I'm sure that one of our audience will be interested in going there,
Definitely.
and we
Thank
do
you.
try.
I always
Thank you.
welcome. Always welcome. Yeah. Thank you,
And
ma'am.
is anyone left for the presentation? They can raise your hands. Otherwise, we are moving towards the open session for the discussion, in which the participants, they can give their feedbacks and they can discuss about the issues like they have seen in each other's slides or the research papers. After that, I will announce the best presenters. Yes, anybody has any kind of question to ask to a particular participant? Those who are present. Okay, so let's move towards the best paper presentation awards from the first session of yesterday and today's second session. I had listed down the names recommended by the committee. The review committee has decided the first day presentation awards. The third prize, the third award goes to Mr. Vijay Kumar Singh. And the second goes to Dr. Hans. And the first is Dr. Padmini S. So these three are the best presenters of the first session that was conducted yesterday. So I, from the behalf of organizing team, congratulate all of you for having your awards and presenting the good topics, and the way of presentation was excellent. And the second day of presentation, that is today, the list of presenters were very vast, and out of that the committee has decided the three names. Third award for today's session goes to Saloni Pandey, and the second award is for Jain Vitika Anil. And the first is Sakshi Katiyar. So I congratulate on the behalf of all the organizing team. You three are the today's best presenters.
Thank you, ma'am.
And the best paper in every aspect, as we say, the best paper award with the proper like how the paper is written, and the main characteristics of the papers are fulfilled. So the best paper award goes to Dr. Padmini SV. Her paper is really good, and when you will receive the proceedings and everything of this conference, you will see it that the paper is really good. So the best paper award goes to again Dr. Padmini SV. So I congratulate all the winners, and I thank all the winners for participating in our conference and making us view such a great research papers. So thank you all of you. Now I would like to invite ma'am, IITS College Guna, Madhya Pradesh. Yes, Jan ma'am, I would like to request you to please take over for the vote of thanks.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Yes, Meenu ma'am, you can take the mic.
थैंक यू मैम। आज हमारा ऑनलाइन अंतर्राष्ट्रीय सम्मेलन सफलतापूर्वक संपन्न हुआ और मैं इस अवसर पर आयोजक समिति, सभी वक्ताओं और सभी प्रतिभागियों को हृदय से धन्यवाद देती हूँ। आप सभी की मेहनत, समर्पण और सहयोग ने इस सम्मेलन को यादगार और सफल आयोजन बनाया। आपकी भागीदारी में इस नई दिशा में आगे बढ़ने के लिए अवसर प्रदान किया है। मैं आयोजक समिति में डॉक्टर गौरव सर, जिन्होंने फर्स्ट सेशन बहुत अच्छे से लिया और मेरा सहयोग किया। सेकंड सेशन डॉक्टर सोनिश मैम, आपने भी बहुत अच्छे से सहयोग किया मेरा। मनोज सर, जिन्होंने दोनों दिन मेरा भरपूर सहयोग किया। बबले सर ने भी मेरा दोनों दिन भरपूर सहयोग किया। आप सभी को विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद देती हूँ, जिन्होंने इस सम्मेलन को संगठित करने में अपना अमूल्य समय और ऊर्जा समर्पित की। आपकी मेहनत और समर्पण की जितनी प्रशंसा की जाए उतनी कम है। मैं ब्रजेश सर को भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देती हूँ। इन्होंने 2 दिवसीय संगोष्ठी का ऑर्गेनाइज करके अपना पूर्ण सहयोग प्रदान किया। मैं सभी वक्ताओं को भी धन्यवाद देती हूँ, जिन्होंने अपने ज्ञान, अनुभव और विचारों को हमारे साथ बांटे, अपने विचारों से हमें प्रेरित किया, हमें नई दिशा में आगे बढ़ने के लिए प्रोत्साहित किया। इस सम्मेलन में हमें नई दिशा में आगे बढ़ने का अवसर प्रदान किया और मैं आशा करती हूँ कि हमारी बातचीत और चर्चा का परिणाम हमारे भविष्य और पीढ़ियों के लिए उपयोगी रहेगा। एक बार फिर से मैं आयोजक समिति, सभी वक्ताओं और सभी प्रतिभागियों को धन्यवाद देती हूँ। आपकी भागीदारी और सहयोग से इस सम्मेलन को यादगार बनाया, सफल आयोजन बनाया। धन्यवाद।
Yes, Gaurav sir, your hand is raised.
मैडम, इस बेहतरीन कार्यक्रम की परिकल्पना के लिए आपको विशेष रूप से धन्यवाद और सभी को धन्यवाद, जिन्होंने एक्टिव लिसनर के रूप में, एक्टिव प्रेजेंटर के रूप में इस कार्यक्रम को सफल बनाया।
Yes, thank you, Gaurav sir. And really, Dr. Meenu ma'am, your I would say ki this type of conferences should be repeated again and again by the different organizations. And best wishes to all of you.
मीनू मैम,
Thank
पब्लिक
you
की
all of you.
डिमांड है कि जल्दी एक और कॉन्फ्रेंस कराएं।
Yes, sir. The participants, they can leave. The conference is officially end here.
कोई भी क्वेश्चन हो
हेलो।
हाँ जी सर, बोलिए बोलिए।
बहुत ही अच्छा कॉन्फ्रेंस हुआ है, टॉपिक बहुत अच्छे थे, अपने रिसोर्स पर्सन भी बहुत ही अच्छे दिए हैं और पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन कुछ तो बहुत ही अच्छे थे। जो कि रिसर्च स्कॉलर हैं उन्होंने पेपर प्रेजेंटेशन भी बहुत अच्छा दिया और वोट ऑफ थैंक्स जिन्होंने किया पहली वाला आई थिंक बबलेश सर, मुझे बहुत पसंद आया वोट ऑफ थैंक्स। बहुत मन से आपने वोट ऑफ थैंक्स दिया।
कीमती समय दिया,
ऐसे ही
थैंक यू सर।
आगे थैंक यू सर।
और कहते भी
आई एम फ्रॉम
करने के लिए 4 पिलर की आवश्यकता होती है।
आई एम फ्रॉम नासिक महाराष्ट्र।
4 पिलर थे उनमें गौरव सर, दूसरा हमारी डॉक्टर मीनू जैन मैडम, भूमिका में डॉक्टर मैडम थैंक्स करता हूँ, और साथ ही हमारे बबलेश सर जिन्होंने हमारे वक्ताओं का धन्यवाद किया।
So, and can I speak for a few minutes? Can I say?
आदरणीय मनोज सर, बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद एवं सभी का मैं तहे दिल से बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद करता हूं जो आज आप सभी ने इस समारोह में अपना इतना कीमती समय दिया। इस प्रोग्राम के प्रेसिडेंट आदरणीय डॉक्टर मनोज धाकड़ जी और आदरणीय हमारे कॉलेज की प्राध्यापिका प्रिंसिपल डॉक्टर मीनू जैन, आदरणीय गौरव सर जिन्होंने इस कार्यक्रम को होस्ट किया है, एवं संजय सर, सभी का मैं बहुत बहुत दिल से पुनः धन्यवाद करता हूं क्योंकि मुझे इस कार्यक्रम को सुनने में बड़ा ही अच्छा लगा और आप सब महान शिक्षाविदों से मेरी मुलाकात हुई। इस बहाने कि इस पटल पर हम सब लोग आज एक बार मिले और पुनः आशा करता हूं कि पुनः ये प्रोग्राम रहे और उसमें मुझे ज्वाइन होने का मौका मिले। आदरणीय सभी का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
सर फीडबैक लिंक सेंड करो ना।
बिल्कुल सर,
जाएगा आपको। और हम आशा करते हैं कि इस बार वर्चुअली ये मीटिंग आयोजित की गई और आगे हम कोशिश करेंगे कि फिजिकली यानी कि ऑफलाइन मोड में हम इस सेमिनार को कभी ऑर्गेनाइज करें, ऐसा हम लोगों को फिर से मिले।
बिल्कुल सर, बिल्कुल बिल्कुल।
हमारी ऑर्गेनाइज कमेटी का इस तरीके का एक प्रस्ताव आया है कि आगे हमें ऑफलाइन मोड में इंटरनेशनल सेमिनार ऑर्गेनाइज कर सकते हैं कभी भी।
बिल्कुल सर, कोशिश यही रहेगी कि आप ऑफलाइन मोड पे ही हो।
सर्टिफिकेट कब मिलेगा सर?
थैंक यू सर।
सर्टिफिकेट सर आपको व्हाट्सएप पे और आपके मेल आईडी पे मिल जाएगा।
थैंक यू सो मच सर।
All of you, please join the WhatsApp link provided there. There you will get the feedback link also. You will get the certificates and the further information regarding this conference will be delivered on the WhatsApp group.
Okay, we can leave.
Okay sir, thank you so much all of you.
Thank you so much.